The Tape Never Lies Network.
The tape never lies. Tape never lies.
Starts now.
The tape never lies.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Here we go. Trading up.
100.
Yes! What? Here it is! Or just recorded.
The tape never lies.
Other people drop off, but we still keep rocking.
You'll never know how good your football team's going to be until you play with maximum effort. Keeping it 100.
An open competition over the North and never give it back.
Smartest man.
My Chicago Bears select Justin Fields, quarterback, Ohio State.
Guess who's back? The two dudes that kept it real. Dynamic duo that you love, the smartest man at Dr. Phil. Breaking down the film, never a problem, kick it straight. Most shows focus on stats, we focus on the tape. We keeping it 100, never running east to west. We coming with that truth, cause that's what our fans expect. Cut off the freaking anchor, forward to be free. But don't you worry, Shane's got the dumbest tweets. It ain't no secret, Phil and Shane got some haters. But now they're all stuck like the Jew and now and later. Debaters, frauds get kicked like Coach Tabor. Cuts had to be made, we added a barber moderator. Up and down, boys got you double checking. Sad sacks trolling like a fool drunk texting. Flexing on the truth cause you know they'll never change. Real, recognize real, that's what you get with Phil and Shane. What we do when we're breaking down the Bears. Fuck a play or a captain, all of the unfair. The tape never lies, the truth, you see. We laugh, we analyze, so there's no babies like Maybelline. Straight to the truth with acumen and facts. We got a stat nerd, but he's not just giving nerd stats. Car crash, big impact like trick sack. Every Wednesday night you got the smartest man to Phil back. Now we know you're smiling like a fat kid with fun dip. We're back better than ever and we keeping it 100.
Keep it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Justin Fields gets outside the pocket, puts that ball perfectly where only Mooney can get it.
1 point,
2 feet.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100, baby.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100, baby.
Keep it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Tape never lies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo! What up? This is Claudio the barber, and this is TTNL's Keepin' It 100, the best bear show on the planet, bar none. Listen, hallelujah. The streak is over. A big win against the Commanders. What a beautiful thing. And next up is the Vikings without Justin Jefferson. So let's fucking go. We got another great show for you tonight. We're going to talk all things Bears. So let's just get right to it. Let's bring in the man, Shane, the smartest man.
Hey.
Marcel. What's
Claude.
What's
Ding
up?
dong, the witch is dead. Not only did we get a dub, you hit it, bro.
Tell you, it's this computer. My daughter's letting me use this new computer. It's what it is. So just get used to it. We're gonna rock and roll. We're gonna be hitting it like DJ Moore, hitting those fucking deep throws. That's what
Let's
we're gonna be doing.
Let's hope we can get Darnell Mooney to step his ass up a little bit.
Yeah, you know, I know we're gonna talk about it. I think some of those throws might have been a little off the mark, but yeah, you know, it's
But I think
listen, there's not too many bad things we could say about that game, though, right? I mean, it was
It's
it was a nice.
now you stack them. Now you
Yeah.
stack them. That's the next part in this evolution of this inept franchise. You know, you stepped out of the hole that you're in, and you can look around and you're like, wow, it's actually pretty cool up here. Now, can you stay up there? Are you going to step backwards and fall back into the hole? You know, back down into Wallingford, Connecticut, as they say.
Yeah, or Southington, wherever Phil is. Phil's running a little late. He'll be here soon, right?
Yeah, the boys had a tough one, so he's probably running them right now.
He's running gassers.
You know who I am? I'm Draft Dr. Phil. You don't lose. You're 7 years old.
Shit.
Oh, DDP.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Listen,
know. Hey, that's what makes
gotta-
him good at what he does, man. You got to be passionate, and it's got to matter. And
Yeah.
it definitely matters to him. I was talking to my boy a couple of different times, and I'm the master of busting balls for sure. And I almost didn't even go there with him a couple of times because I knew he was taking it pretty hard. But use it as a teaching moment with the youth like that, and something tells me they're gonna rebound, and the next team's in trouble.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're I was just talking to you before. I think I got no doubt they're going to be in the finals, and we'll try to live stream it somehow or something. We'll try to do something for the patrons. I think they would like to see that. That'd be cool.
Absolutely, yeah, that'd be great. Put it out there and live stream it, and maybe we can do a little bit of play-by-play, Claude, up in the TTNL booth.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There. Oh, right on cue.
There he is, probably wiping the sweat off his brow right now. Kid got a new haircut today.
There he is.
New champion sweatshirt on. Fresh in from the car dealership. There he is.
God. Cars. Speaking of cars, how is Car? I haven't seen him.
You gotta see him, man. And Car's got a gym membership. Kid's all fucking yoked up now.
He's yoked up.
Looks like he's on steroids, this guy.
Is he gonna play left guard?
No, left tackle. He's gonna replace his boy Braxton Jones, I think, moving forward.
Yes. How are we doing tonight?
We were just saying that you were probably still on the football field saying,
"Oh yeah,
don't you know who I am? Draft Dr. Phil. We don't lose here. Give me another lap." But yeah, no, we know how it is, man.
I just ran off the football field. We're getting ready to rebound, and that's how we do it. Although you always hating on me, I still love you anyway. Ain't nothing you could do about it. Who's Deborah Franklin?
I don't know, but she sounds like she'd be a fucking ball of parties.
How are we hating on you, Deborah?
I have no idea.
Deborah Franklin? I don't know. No relation to
Maybe
Aretha.
You're actually Dr. Phil. Does she think you're actually Dr. Phil?
Dr. Phil.
No.
Yes, that's what it is.
Does Cherie know who it is?
Absolutely. Yeah, that she really go cuss y'all out.
Oh. Is that your mom?
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't know her full government.
Oh.
Touche, how you don't show her. She says she tried to show you love, but she knows.
How am I hating on you?
I'm talking about Shane, not you.
No,
it's Cherie's mom's friends that love me.
Yes.
Listen, I'm out in that single world now, so I need some numbers from Cherie's mom's friends.
Oh, he's throwing it out there.
Hell yeah.
I love all.
Lay some lumber, Cherie's mom. Come on.
Cherie speed dating up. I love Cherie's mom. See? Deborah, I love Cherie's mom.
I think the Franklin part threw me off, Cherie.
Yes, she is a newly married woman, but she don't act like it all the time. Not newly married. They've been married for a minute, but she is married.
So you have a stepdad?
My mom has a husband.
Oh.
Just like my dad has a wife.
Yeah.
Clarification. What's good, everybody? Yes, Deborah Franklin.
I definitely love Cherie's mom, and I'd love her even more if she wasn't married. Promise. Cherie?
Is there $2? $1.99. I need 1 cent, Francisco.
How great would it be if Cherie's mom brought me home? And then at family dinners, Cherie had to.
Oh my God!
Had to be like, yeah,
Barb and her at a table together.
Me and Riley, step siblings.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Listen, if Justin ends the season, bear down, Mike, $5. Let's get this out of the way. If Justin ends the season with 4,000 total yards, 32 TDs, 11 interceptions, do we take Caleb or build in the trenches, Shane.
No. If he throws 12 interceptions, that's gonna do
That's
it.
That's
Yeah.
your 12. Bear down, Mike. Serious.
No, it's a good question. Listen, is there?
He's saying total. So is that rushing and passing hidden in there? How many? Clarify it, Mike.
Well, even then, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's all going to come down to what polls and Warren and Cunningham.
Yeah, but if he's doing that, I don't think we're going to have the first pick.
Phil Mack is a bust.
No. Even you have to go on based on Carolina.
I never flip flop Gun Geek and Jared. Mac Jones. I felt like he was who he should be. We see, the NFL is a fickle beast.
Let them take their victory lap. I'm sure all of their mock drafts and breakdowns that they put out there, I'm sure they're batting at least a 0.034.
I've always said the tape never lies. That's what I saw on tape coming out of college. Where they go, it goes back to the same thing I've ever said. Never hidden it. Would Aaron Rodgers be Aaron Rodgers if the Chicago Bears drafted him? Probably not. The culture and the team have everything to do just as much. And we'll see. Take your victory laps now. It's a long season, and we see how players play.
Mac Jones also has literally nobody over there, no skill position players at all to pass to. So
he's got to step up.
Oh,
I won't.
But back to the question, Phil. It is.
Yeah.
It
back
is
to the 4,000.
It is a great point. See, where I am now. I mean, obviously, I can see. If you had the number one pick, I could see where there's a pathway to them just simply taking Caleb Williams, or it's going to be crazy to see how it is. I know somebody out on Twitter today said, well, what if Minnesota comes, knocking on your door, offering up Justin Jefferson for the number one pick overall? And I'm like, hell no, that you ain't getting it for Justin Jefferson. If you have the number one pick and Minnesota you're giving me Justin Jefferson. You're giving me 3 first-round draft picks on top of it. This is a generational quarterback, and it's in division. Yeah, there's no way. I doubt it would be pulled off, but it is a very interesting topic.
I can answer it.
Oh, no. I'm just listen. I know where it is. If they have the number one pick, they're going to draft Caleb Williams. I'm telling you.
That's my answer.
But it's an interesting topic to debate because there's a pathway to, if they like the progress from Justin at the end of the year and the arrow is pointing up and they're comfortable with paying him and extending him, then you're potentially looking. What makes it interesting is this, Phil. You have to look out west. You have to look to Arizona. Arizona has their pick and they have Houston's pick. Houston's won a couple of games, but let's just say Houston has pick 3 and pick 6.
Yeah.
And you're at number 1 and number 4.
I hate this view of the show. I'm sorry. Gotta fix it. Keep talking.
The big boy move is, if you are talking to Arizona, is you're giving me pick 4 or pick 3, whatever it is, pick 4 and pick 6, and another first rounder next year plus. So then you're picking. You have the potential to be picking 2, 3, and 6, or whatever it works out to be. There's a pathway where you could do some serious damage if you draft correctly. I mean, there's a pathway where you come away with Fashanu, Marvin Harrison Jr., and you could, Jared Verse, the pass rusher. You could get all of those guys under that situation, plus have assets for the next year, but you'd be passing on Caleb Williams. So I don't think it's likely, because listen, the only potential way that anybody in the NFL is getting Caleb Williams is if you have the number 1 pick. End of story. You're not getting him. You're not getting him at number 2. You're not getting him at number 3. It's not happening. Your only pathway to entertain any trade or to draft him is by having the first pick in the draft.
Well, I will tell people my truths. And
real quick on this, I would stay with Justin Fields over Drake May. That's me. But
I like May a lot.
Yeah.
But Caleb is the best quarterback I've seen in 15 years. And I know you talked about it with Cap, what Spielman's at, and people are going to be all over the place. And I've seen it since Oklahoma. Then we saw it last year. Now he continues to rise. It's like it's Michael Jordan. When you see that kind of athlete, you just recognize it and you don't want to miss out on it, because it's not just, it's the whole being of what he does when you watch Caleb. And if you have the first overall pick and you have a brain and you've never had a 4,000-yard passer in the history of your franchise, I honestly look at those situations and say, well, this guy is a generational talent at that position, and you have to take him. You have to take him, because Justin Fields, even in this game where everybody, now the story changes. There's recency bias is not how you scout and look at tape and understand. And if you're a patron, my tape breakdown will come out tomorrow. I've had a lot going on in my life. It's been a tough couple of weeks for the O's, but just keeping it transparent with you, I'll show you, as good as Justin played, he left a lot out there. And that's how you got to see the improvement now. Consistency's got to go along. Don't throw me stats. Don't give me these stats, because stats are how many of these plays happened when you're down 31-0? Oh, he threw a all of those stats lie. You can manipulate it. And you see the rest of the season of what you have at quarterback. And hopefully he gets to the point where you could see consistency. But let's not forget some of the other things that have happened. And like never coming down the football field and winning the game. Never, those types of things have to go into the equation when you have a possibility of the number, just like last year. When Shane, myself, you have to do your due diligence. Then the GM comes out and says the same exact thing. You have to look at these quarterbacks, because it's the most important position
100%.
in all of sports. It's the most difficult and it's the most important. And it's hard to find a Tom Brady. Let's just be honest.
Joshua, real quick, 2 weeks is not consistency.
No.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, like what Phil and you kind of hinted at it too last week, where they have that recency bias. This is one game. It's like, the analogy can be you're dealing with someone who's going upside your head for 6 days, but on the 7th day, because they didn't hit you, they've changed. No, one game isn't enough. Because I know he had a good game last week, but 2 games aren't, the stats from 2 games aren't enough to say, oh, he's the future moving forward.
Well, let's not forget against the Broncos, he obviously played pretty good, but he made big mistakes at the end of the game. And that's
what I'm
I'd
saying.
rather have a mediocre fucking game, but you make those fucking throws at the end of the game to win the game. That's all that matters.
That's where this network stands aside. I'm not trying to lead the parade to get clicks, and I'm not ever the contrarian to do it as well, like Mike North and these guys, these shock jocks. sport shock jock, go the opposite ways, flip flop. Let's see we playing a rival team, a known team that he plays against, right? In our division, that's also desperate for wins without their best receiver. We know this story, Shane.
Yeah.
Now,
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So now go out there and listen, I want Justin Fields to be good. I'm just doing what this show is saying. Keeping it 100 with you. There's been zero consistency with Justin Fields. Zero.
Even
to Claudio's point. I'm sorry. One last thing, Cherie.
Go ahead.
I wanted to say it as well. And the game is on the line, and he misreads man coverage and throws the interception, right? You could blame Cole Kmet or you could blame him. You're always getting it out. This is where it starts. Build off of this. Build off of this. I've been there, Cherie, with the guy that I want to be the head coach of the Bears, Jim Harbaugh. I'm old enough to remember watching Jim Harbaugh be inconsistent, right? Then the next quarterback comes here, Rex Grow, Jim Miller. He had a 400-yard game. The next week he throws 3 picks. The Bears suck. Oh, Bears still suck. Now we get the next quarterback coming, Shane Matthews. He beats Cleveland, right? Next week he throws 2 picks, 1 on the goal line. It has never been consistent. And
this is what Cherie was talking about is dumb comments by Rakim. Like here,
Rakim.
Yeah, this is the dumb shit that you come into the comments and you hear somebody say something negative about Justin, and you get all fucking fired up. These motherfuckers hate Justin. They're not giving him. That just tells me that you're either just fucking dumb or you don't want to listen to the words that are coming out of our mouth.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Ryan Cox put a comment in there. If you're not all sunshine and rainbows about Justin, then you're a hater. And it's so true. Listen, we've given Justin Fields praise. There's not a person on this panel right now that's not happy that he had 2, well, let's say 7 quarters of good football the last 2 games. That makes us happy. It doesn't mean that the script has been written or we can't be critical about him. But it's just it's dumb comments like that. Y'all are going to be wrong because you don't believe in him.
No,
when you want to get rid of it,
I want to believe in him.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to say. People think it's about being right or wrong. You're just analyzing what you see. And it's, I mean, hell, if he turns out to be great, good. We got a great quarterback. We're just being honest and saying pump your brakes on crowning him when we haven't seen him consistently perform. I mean, if most fans are honest, by that 3rd quarter, how many of us was like, oh shit, here we go again? Like we were ready. A lot of people were already counting them out in the 3rd quarter once we saw Washington making a comeback.
Right.
So let's not act like that game was his resume saying he deserves to be here, because people completely forgot about the 3rd quarter. We don't hate Justin. We're just saying pump your brakes. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so Rakim, thank you for being a patron, and you're listening, but then you're not hearing what we're saying. If you're saying that we're going out of our way to be openly negative or whatever against Justin Fields, I don't know where that comes from, other than people wanting, Justin threw 4 touchdowns and they beat the 29th ranked scoring defense in the NFL. Let's sign him to $250 million. It's over. Yeah. We got our quarterback. And it's crazy because you know what? You'd be the first one to jump ship when he went out there and had a couple of bad games or what. It is what it is. You're if you're gonna be honest when you're assessing a player, you're almost in a no-win situation. And that's the sad part.
That is the sad
We've
part.
talked about positivity with Justin Fields. We've talked about negative things that Justin's done. And yes, we understand the franchise overall has been completely inept. And they're going to, if they drafted Caleb Williams and nothing changes with the coaching staff, guess what? We'll be right here again. And people will be saying, oh, y'all never gave Caleb a fair shot. Here we are in year 3, going into year 4. You guys are being, it's the same thing. It's cyclical, just like this franchise and negativity. Listen, accountability. Sometimes you hear stuff you don't want to hear. Right, Phil? Did we just have this conversation today? Sometimes you have to have the tough conversation to be able to grow. And hey, Justin Fields' trainer went out today and said that he feels like a switch has been flipped with Justin over the past 2 weeks. And I hope he's right. I hope he's right. We'll see. You can't go out and lay down against the Minnesota Vikings. I'll tell you that. You need to be consistent again and win again.
They're beatable defense. They're like, I think, 22nd in the league against the pass. So we should be passing the ball against them.
Like, NFL isn't WWE wrestling. No offense to my guy Adam Rank, but you don't puff out your chest after one win. That's a wrestling act. When Bears fans and Ryan Cox, you knocked it out of the park, and Gary Catacon, I'm going to answer this. You constantly see a glimmer, a crack of light through the door, and Bear fans get so panicky. And then you were right, Phil. Shane, you were right. All we're doing is what Cherie so eloquently put it. We're analyzing what the tape is telling us. We're analyzing the truth of that. Guess what? The Bears have a number 1 wide receiver. Phil and Shane said that in the trade when it happened. We went live. It said, this is a big time goddamn football player. And I compared him to Diggs in Buffalo. And that was the first time Cars ever gave me a compliment on how great of a comp that was. So I live for that moment again, Cars. But anyway, the reality is these are the growth steps you want to see. Now, of course, we're saying, you let that one go. I wanted to answer it for him. If you can get that one back. Yep, but I was in the middle of my point with you because you were great in what you said. It's like this network's never going to stand on the recency bias of the team. The truth in there is there's good and bad. And I feel like a Paul McCartney song is coming out of that. But the reality is Justin has to show it. It can't be garbage time points or get up 28-3. You have to own it. Everyone was where they were, and we were all waiting. And Justin rose to the occasion this past week, 11 days ago. And if he continues, that's where that decision gets very difficult. If he becomes Dominique Wilkins, that's good. That's where we are. Then you pass on Jordan, I guess. But he right now has taken very little steps forward. He's a dynamic, athletic playmaker in a terribly coached football team. And he's having to overcome a terrible play caller. And he has his own warts where he's tapping the ball or stepping too wide. Release is late. And that's really where my truth is. Until I see consistent anticipation throws. I'm old enough to remember the Denver game. I am. Just like Claudio said. Now, let's see what he does with the Vikings. And then the next game. And then the next game. And when you see consistency and you see confidence and a mentality of fuck you, I'm the fucking man. That's when I know This guy is the future. Right now, it ain't it right yet. That doesn't mean it's not there. You can't come back around and say, I told you, Phil. I told you. No, that ain't it. I'm very clear. Show me. Where's Jerry Maguire? Show me the consistency, Justin. Show me. That's where I'm going to be. Now to some super chats. Gary Catacon, $5. Thank you, Gary, with 2 R's. I like that. Phil, say you draft Caleb number 1. If you have the number 2 pick, do you draft the left tackle or Harrison? I draft the left tackle. I do.
I trade.
Oh, I could do that. That would be good too.
That's if you're coaching and I'm GM, yeah, we're fucking.
Yeah, I would do that.
You're trading.
With the idea that I'm getting, we're going down.
Exactly. It brings Arizona. It brings Arizona into it again because they would take Drake May also.
But if I'm given just that choice, I love Harrison. He is outstanding.
Oh,
but yeah. I have an outstanding 2 receivers. I love Darnell Mooney and I love DJ Moore. You have 2 guys here that I think.
Does anybody know what records Justin has been breaking throwing the last 2 years?
Yeah, throwing. No, I don't know about throwing.
I mean, I know it's cool to make shit up and put it in the comments, but
he was close to breaking the rushing record, and that's where some of these ignorant, and this has never been said on this show, some of this ignorant stuff of him being a better running back. The only thing I will say is that when coaches are designing plays for you to run, there's a passing problem. So I have known how to fix Justin since Justin got here. This offense isn't it. Getting in the gun, asking him to read coverage, and then make a choice based on the coverage. He's missed so many fucking balls running the flag route. It is unbelievable at this point, and it's wide open.
Yeah, he tied the Bears record for completions with the 16.
Yeah, that's a Bears record. That's not saying much.
Yeah,
it's really not fucking saying much, honestly.
Who had the record beforehand? Check.
Vern Troyer.
Who had the record?
I don't fucking know. I don't know.
If it was Steve Stenstrom, we're in trouble. We're in trouble.
Well, either way, they said he actually broke it. So if he broke it, then that's
he broke whose record?
That's awesome. Yeah,
Drew Black, my boy Drew Black. Shout out to you. He actually broke it. He thinks. Let's go to Jaden Ike. Thank you, Jaden Ike. $4.99. Watched you guys since I was 15, so 4 years, and love the patron. Question: do you guys still see a lack of confidence and control in the pocket? Yes, I see it. I see. Honestly, this was a better game for him. No denying.
100%.
The blocking was good too. I mean,
yeah, he had plenty of time.
Yeah, plenty of time.
That's the thing, and then that's along with wanting to see the consistency from Justin. I throw Tevin Jenkins in the same mix. Tevin Jenkins played very well. Where's my confidence level with Tevin Jenkins? Almost at 0.
20%.
Almost at 0 because I have no faith that Tevin Jenkins can stay healthy. That has been his track record. He's tons of hype, tons of everything to get excited about, but he always gets dinged up. And that is going to be a negative reflection upon Justin Fields because the offensive line is so critical. And I want to see him. Look, how many bad snaps did Cody Whitehair have last week? My notes.
Oh my God.
I had at least 5. I mean, Justin Fields made one of the best plays that nobody talks about on the high snap. He tucks it and goes.
Yeah, I can't wait to show that tomorrow.
Nobody will talk about that though.
I'm talking about that play tomorrow. In fact,
but
that's
I'm
crazy
saying
that you brought it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you go back and you watch that or see it live, you're not seeing the national press, the national media talk about that play. You have a statuesque, non-mobile quarterback back there.
No,
you're probably turning the ball over.
Yeah,
in that situation, our guy got 6 yards on it.
Well, Gun Geek, he's saying we're not using his legs the right way. Listen, last year, a lot of those runs. Listen, I talk about this with people all the time. I get a customer every day asking me about Justin Fields, and last year he made a lot of runs on the fly because the pocket was breaking down. They were not set up runs for him. You don't want him running that much. You don't want him taking unnecessary hits. If he can throw the ball like he did last game, that's what you want him to do. And then defenses ain't going to be able to sit there and spy him.
Exactly.
And then he'll be able to fucking break off some runs here and there. But I don't know what you mean by use his legs in the right way. But I think
he's saying they got to make more designed run plays. Brandy Brown, thank you for that amazing. Y'all are the best of the best. Nobody does it better. These are like songs. Nobody does it better. Right? Where's Cherie's mom? She knows that song with me.
So this is the point. The most
no.
Well, no.
Exactly,
this is where we're at. That just says if you ever hear anything negative about the quarterback, you're calling it nitpicking. Do you ever see Jay Cutler? I mean, good Lord, man.
Smoking Jay memes. Jay's
and I know
this,
T3P is very active in everybody's comments on different shows, and that's the way that he likes to get noticed, and that's great. Yeah. I'm glad that you're active everywhere. You're a football fan. That's awesome. But say he's the most nitpicked. Listen, I'll tell you what, if I was a GM making decisions on a guy and I had $250 million decision coming up, I'm going to nitpick every little goddamn detail, probably twice. That's the way that you have to be. Now, I'm not the GM, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to do our due diligence here. Holding people accountable and pointing out flaws isn't a negative thing. People just don't like to hear them. People want us to come up here and say, Justin's a top 5 quarterback. He set the Bears completion record. I mean, you talk about the most inept franchise in the history of ever at the quarterback position. Great.
Yeah, exactly, bro. You're 100%.
Justin Jefferson would be the #1 leading receiver in Chicago Bears history for receiving yardage already. So when you're putting up offensive numbers here, other than Walter Payton, it's a really minuscule list. But to say that people are nitpicking this kid to death,
yeah, that's crazy.
It comes with the job description.
Absolutely.
The whole fucking every fan base is analyzing their core. Baker Mayfield, the Tampa.
Trust me, them Washington fans wasn't happy with how they were.
Yeah, exactly.
Trust me, it's not just Justin.
It is not just Justin, and it's a difficult situation to be in. And there's no parachute for it because the coaching staff for the Chicago Bears is horrible. Horrible. The play calling, okay, they made plays, but the play calling still sucked. It still did. And I know they have the written excuse that they lost 3 running backs in a game. Well, I don't have any sympathy for them. Because you should be able to, Shane, we've talked about Deonta Foreman should be active every week.
Phil, you and I said to start the season, he should be the starter.
And then he goes out there the one game and he shows you that pad level and the effort. And all of a sudden, we're playing other dudes. Like, what? Is Travis Homer really that good on special teams? Like, I mean, please. Do we really need certain players out there? Now
Can
they have
you
nowhere.
address this? Because I'm getting annoyed that people are all, oh, we should have kept David.
We tried to. He didn't want to
He
stay
didn't
with
want
us.
to be here. David
There was
is
nothing.
We offered him the same money, right?
No, they offered him more.
Not by much, though.
Not by much, but
essentially
they
the same.
did technically offer.
How
him
many
more.
how many wins do we have this year with David Montgomery on the team? I'm just being honest. I'll tell you how many. We have one win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, you're right.
The
Our
coaching
defense
staff
is
doesn't
and our
run
defense
the
has been.
football.
Here's
and
a
they
stat.
don't
Here's a stat of
mysteries.
the day for everybody, and I was gonna do this later in the show. David Montgomery had a huge game this week for the Detroit Lions, and I know a lot of people got fired up. His huge game this week took his career yards per carry to the magical 4.0 mark. Because at that point, he was under 4 yards per carry for his career. And if you want to throw touchdowns in there, he does have a lot of touchdowns. That's great. So did Jamal Williams last year in Detroit. And they let him walk and brought in David Montgomery. I'm just saying.
Listen, I've never hidden. David Montgomery is a beast, and it's proven there. But he did not want to stay here with this coaching staff that doesn't understand rhythm in a back. It's just that simple.
Detroit gave him 30 fucking carries in one game.
Detroit
I think it took 3 games for him to get fucking.
You think it's coincidental that Detroit offensively is improved because they're running the ball and they have a really good running back? Yeah, Shane's 100% right. As great as David Montgomery is, they would not use him. Like, there'd be 2 carries for David. We've done this show before. It's a problem in coaching.
I'm sure Detroit told them that too. They say, "You come here, we're going to give you the rock."
Exactly, Claude.
That's exactly what they told
like you were in the room.
Yeah.
What do you think? And look, he fits there. You know what? You get a coach that understands that. Justin Fields, honestly, would be fucking talked about on a different level if we had power run action game off of it. Consistent, like stay under center, then go into gun here and there, but your goal is to get the running game going. I mean, I'll give them credit. They had a designed QB counter, which I've been waiting for fucking 3 years with this quarterback. They ran it against Washington. I think they've run it one other time against Detroit last year. They ran it. I'll show you that play, and it's really well done. Nate Davis is a really good guard. I'll just say that. And Tevin Jenkins is a fucking powerful man. And you can see you're built to run. You're built to run. You could beat Minnesota. Donta Foreman, run, action game off of it. I saw someone, Darnell Mooney's not a 2. Darnell Mooney is outstanding too.
Yeah.
He really is. And Justin missed him 3 times. 1 for a touchdown, 1 on a wide open flag route. No one's around, Justin. It's a sin to miss this throw. I'll show you it. So you want me to be pounding the table for Justin and ride with Fields? I'm not there yet. You got to make these throws. They ain't, a little bit off. Is it way? What is that? Just a bit outside. It's like way, and it goes. Can't miss it, man. Oh man, could bear
That's
down
the one.
Mike.
He had a question. If we got his last super chat,
Oh.
this is the one. Yeah. So go ahead.
Could we build our team through the draft and either be contenders with Justin or be a QB away, similar to the Jets? 3,500 yards passing, 500 yards rushing. Could we build our team through the draft with Justin? He's saying.
Yeah,
I think you can.
100%. Yeah, you can
think
do that.
You have to get rid of the coach.
That's to me, that's the thing. Absolutely.
Right.
I have said this 100 times, and this is gonna people that are saying that I'm nitpicking or always negative about Justin. I don't even know where that comes from. That I'm overly negative on Justin. That's crazy to me. But Justin Fields is nowhere near the biggest issue on this team. It's, I mean,
it begins with the coach.
Yeah.
And it stays in coaching.
Yeah, it starts with ownership.
Exactly.
There's some issues in the front office. There's major flaws on both sides of the ball and with the coaching staff. We know that. And I mean,
Justin, unfortunately, is in the middle of that.
Justin is, well, unfortunately, he's in the middle of it because it comes with a financial expectation of $45 million a year. And people are like, you don't have to pay him yet. Guys, quarterbacks very rarely, if ever, play on the 5th-year option. And I know that's the kiss of death because somebody will be like, well, 2 years ago, this guy did it. Smartest man. You're so that's not my point. I said rarely, rarely, if ever, does it happen. You make a commitment to a guy, these guys want to have security. So that's the problem. That's where the Bears are.
That's where, remember I said this, I wouldn't pay Cole Kmet until I saw consistency. It's the same thing with Justin Fields. Ryan Poles paid Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet is the same guy. Wait till you see some of the blocks. I'm like, oh my God, like a college kid, undrafted, could do this. And that's a problem. Mohammed, there's our guy, Mo. He's probably pissed with us, Shane. $4.99. Mo, thank you. My issue is when people say, even if Justin makes significant progress and we win 6 to 8 games, Caleb is generational and can't pass up. Listen, that's the dilemma. Who was a good, what was his name? Penny. I'm giving basketball references. Look at me. Penny, what was his name? Little Penny.
Hardaway?
Penny Hardaway.
Penny Hardaway.
Was he a good basketball player? Right?
Yeah, he was
Penny
good.
Hardaway at the point.
Till he got hurt.
Michael Jordan at the point. If you had to choose. So that's the choice.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like that's gotta be in your, like, are you getting the next Michael Jordan? Are you getting Penny Hardaway? That's good.
I thought you were gonna ask Mo what his favorite part of 12 receptions for 62 yards for Jackson Smith and Jigba was his favorite, but that's probably rude for me to say live on air. I love you, Mo.
Mo's even laughing, like I could see Mo with hand over mouth, like, oh shit. Oh man. Yeah, we avoided that. Jake from State Farm, $4.99. Thank you, Jake. And thank you, Mo. Say we go 6-11 and Fields looks good. Carolina somehow wins 5 games and the Bears are picked 7 and 9. You ride with Fields then?
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, the only way that I'm moving off of Justin Fields is if you have the number 1 pick in the draft and Caleb Williams. Beyond that, I'm surrounding him with as much talent as possible. And listen, and I'm 100%. If I have the number 1 pick in the draft, I'm telling everybody it's for sale. And it's going to be the biggest trade package in the history of the NFL draft, is what I'm telling everybody.
Yeah.
You're not coming up here without, it's going to be 3 1s and 1 or 2 starters minimally. Though you're not even getting a cursory phone call or coming into my office or into my hotel room at the combine. That's the starting parameters. That's the way that you have to play this. To me, Drake May, and I know that there's a lot of things about Drake May that are nice. I am not moving off of Justin Fields for Drake May. No way in hell. No.
Now, let me ask you this. Stay at Drake May. I know Jake's from State Farm's not asking this, but say Justin Fields fails down and there's no consistency. and you get 7 and 9, and Drake May's there, do you take Drake May then? Probably.
He's not going down. He's going number 2, Phil. Drake May's the number 2 pick in the draft. He's not falling down there. He's going to be. The first 3 picks in the draft are done right now. Done.
I was trying to put Claudio back in to see the picture, but it doesn't work.
Wait a minute.
I go, who the fuck is that? No one can see it, so didn't work, but it's funny. Francisco Del Angel, $4.99. Thank you, Francisco. Francisco looks like you want him in your corner. Yeah. I like Nate Dogg's version better because nobody does it better. All right, Nate Dogg. I loved Nate Dogg. I liked him more than Tupac, just for the record. Nate Dogg.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's, to me,
hypothetical. Do you hire Bill Belichick if he's fired?
I don't think he's gonna. They talked to Albert Breer today, and he's up there. He doesn't think that they will fire Belichick. He thinks that there will be a major restructuring in the organization where they will tell Belichick that, you're going to have a GM and things are going to go through him, and which, hey, that needs to, I get it. That's the thing, when you're talking about Harbaugh, and I understand if that's what it would take to get him here. Mm-hmm. I am not a fan of the one
you
guy
just don't
system.
Like me trying to take all the picks from you as the GM.
No, I think it's critical that you have a yin to the yang.
Harbaugh,
if Jim Harbaugh is my head coach, I'm like, you figure this offense out.
I already have
the quarterback out.
Breaking news for you.
Go ahead.
I've been told.
Wait, do you want the drop?
No, it doesn't need to be. I've been told that Jim Harbaugh has a complete understanding of who he wants to represent him in the front office as a GM. And that is from a fucking reliable source. So right here on TTNL.
There's a lot of rumors out there that he's going to be.
It's going to re-sign with Michigan. That one,
the biggest contract in Big Ten history,
and he'll have an out clause if he wants.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
I'm just telling you, dream jobs and life. Sometimes they,
I get it, man.
To you. You gotta I gotta take that dot. Kevin Warren is the critical piece there. Oh, we skipped the other guy.
No, I took
the other $99.
No. It's still up there, but I just unfavorited it. So boom, there you go.
Well, there was another one.
Boom, there you go.
Oh, you want this guy? Gun Geek's back, Sheree. Honestly, our receivers are average. Mooney isn't DJ Moore's average. That's where you're starting.
Yeah, it's a hot take.
Mooney isn't a number 2. Okay. Says Gun Geek. All right. I don't even have a comment for that. Gary is back again. Phil, I think Justin will play well enough to get traded in the offseason to a team like the Steelers or Falcons. Hope he gets another shot.
That's a good
option.
That's another option. If you are drafting number 1 and you're taking Caleb Williams, teams like, if the Steelers want to get involved, Atlanta, I think Seattle will get involved. I don't think you'll trade him there, but I think Minnesota will make the phone call. There's going to be a number of teams. I think Atlanta would be willing to give up a lot. I mean, that you're saying, all right, I want premium picks, and you're sending me Pitts.
Oh my God, I love Pitts.
This is what everybody needs to take away from all of this. None of this is a negative. This is all a positive for the Bears because they have tons of options. They have options in the draft. They have options moving forward if they sit with Justin and want to surround him with talent in the draft, and they have a lot of money available to them in free agency. So all of this is a positive. It's going to be interesting. Unfortunately, the Bears season started so slow. Here we are heading into week 6, and we're talking the draft in the offseason, but that's been the norm for Chicago Bears football for a long time.
Very, very good conversation points coming from you guys in the super chat. Open here on Keeping It 100. It's the best Bears show on the planet, bar none. As we trudge through the comments, the likes, the disappointments, the comedy, or the trying to be funny like Shane, as well as the good questions. Doyle's back. Remember, I love his name. Doyle, don't pay anything else and just tell us where you're from with a name like Doyle. Just want to show some love. You guys make even the shittiest of days so much better. Keep on doing your thing. TTNL. Best Bears coverage around. I didn't even see Doyle's comment before I did that post as talking about. So thank you, Doyle. And I'm being honest. I just clicked on it and didn't read it, and it timed up perfectly with what I just said about the best Bears show on the planet here. Ask Miss Aretha Franklin, not Deborah. She's mad at Denise Walters, $9.99. Wasn't everyone saying Bryce Young was a general? No, not everybody.
Not me.
Not everybody. Not everybody. I love Bryce Young coming out of college. I still believe in Bryce Young's talent. And Shane
But
never.
even you didn't say
I'd never say he was a.
No.
Because I said you don't take him now.
The only thing that
if he was generational,
the best part of his game was his anticipatory throws. That's the best part. Now, if Bryce Young was Justin Fields' size, then it's a different.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, his people don't want to think that his frame and his size are going to be an issue in the NFL.
He already got dinged up. He already got dinged up.
It just is.
Listen, they have Carolina's got to build around that, especially when you have a smaller guy, Doug Flutie, Russell. Excuse me. Russell Wilson, all of those guys. I gotta get water.
Clip that one, Claude.
Yeah,
Dude's getting choked up.
I mean, they're talking about So, what are some quarterbacks that everybody's like number one pick? This dude's a generational. Like I know Andrew Luck, right? A lot of people were talking about Andrew Luck.
Yeah, when he came out.
Just talking about this
because obviously a lot of people are like, well, you're calling him a generational talent. How do you know that he just played college? He hasn't played in the NFL.
Well, Rick Spielman talked about this. They went through starting with this past draft with Bryce Young and going number one, and they went through and they asked Rick Spielman, who was the general manager, I believe, in Miami and for the Minnesota Vikings. He's the guy that drafted Justin Jefferson and that whole thing. So they started at the 2022 draft, and they said, all right, would you take Caleb Williams over any of the quarterbacks that were available, in the 2022 draft? Yes, you'd take Caleb Williams. Then he went to, 2021 or the 2023 draft. Then he went to 2022, 2021. They went all the way back through. He was taking Caleb Williams over Joe Burrow. And then he went all the way back. They got to 2012, and that's the Andrew Luck draft. Mm-hmm. He said right now he would take Andrew Luck over Caleb Williams, but it's a complete toss-up. And he said the only reason that he would take Andrew Luck over Caleb right now is because he thinks he's more progressed as a pure passer than Caleb Williams was. And then they went back even further, and he was still. So, I mean, if you're talking about pure, what was the phrasing that you used? Generational talent.
Generational talent, yeah.
I was never there with Bryce, Young saying
there. We're
he's
still
generational. And I know it got thrown around with Trevor Lawrence. I never considered Trevor Lawrence generational. I think that phrase gets thrown around
I was gonna
way
say
too much.
I put that in line with people calling people goats and
Right,
classics
exactly.
and legends. These terms be thrown around very loosely. You got to put time in to get that title.
Yeah.
Who is a legend? Let's go around to you. Who would be a definition of a legend
in football?
Yeah. Go ahead, Claudio.
At quarterback, you mean?
A legend. What's a legend? Go ahead.
Yeah,
This
I
is
mean,
easy.
well, obviously Tom Brady's a fucking legend. I mean, that's
There you go. There's one. Ding,
That's
ding,
easy.
ding. If this was Family Feud, Claudio says Tom
Again,
Brady.
number one. That's the number one slot.
It might
Tom
be the
Brady.
number one. What would you say, Shane? If it was like survey says, would it number one be ding Tom Brady?
Yeah, Tom Brady. Yeah, I think so.
All right, let's go. The top 10 or top 6 answers on the board. Who is a legend in
Jerry
football?
Rice.
Ding.
Yeah, Reggie
There we
White.
go. Jerry Rice.
Lawrence
Dings.
Taylor.
Ding.
Walter Payton. Yeah.
Ding.
Barry Sanders.
Rex Grossman.
Ding.
He's on there. He's on there. There's one person that said it.
We used to have that
I'm
big.
biased, so I definitely would say Dick Buckus. You know,
Dick Buckus is without a doubt a ding legend. And they've earned that.
Jim Brown definitely won.
Jim Brown definitely. You all said Walter Payton. That's easy. So that's where you go. Marino, 100%.
So, Phil, are you saying
Vito.
you think Caleb Williams can become a legend? Is that what you're saying?
I think
They're
that
getting that?
Potential.
Of
he
course,
has the potential to be. So now we go generational talent. So we did legend. I want to go through. Sharice made a great point. GOAT. What are the GOATs? Those same legend. Walter Payton, Jerry Rice. Randy Moss has to be a GOAT. It's in my mind. He was dominant. Like if I was to choose, like you're drafting, Shane, Randy Moss or Jerry Rice, and you're starting a team, that's a dilemma for me. I'm like, oh my God, if I pick him, Shane's gonna. I know.
You know how I was back in the 98 draft. I was all in on
I know you
I
were.
was absolutely
Moss.
devastated. I didn't give a shit if Shane Matthews and Steve Stenstrom were the guys throwing him the ball or not. But yeah, I was devastated. But listen,
He bought
Phil,
his merch. He bought TTNL merch after the.
Nice.
Yeah. Sorry.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.
The problem is, Phil,
I
in
wouldn't put
today's environment, 95% of our chat would be breaking down Jerry Rice if he was available in the draft and be like, this dude ran a 4.6. Nope. Can't play. Can't play.
From Mississippi Valley State. All quarterbacks and running backs and
wide
receivers
receiver
suck
that came
from
out of there that was good.
Yeah. I
Phil.
saw somebody. USC quarterbacks suck. I'm like, that's not how you scout. Like, I don't give a shit. How many quarterbacks came from where Dave Craig played in college? How many quarterbacks played at BC?
Yeah, you can't
Matt
draft,
Ryan and
you can't
Doug
draft
Flutie?
somebody at the rover position from New Mexico because you know what I mean. Just can't.
You only could give one goat. You can't have multiple.
Yeah, no, but you have different eras.
You can have positional goats.
Yeah,
you can have.
Yeah, but you're saying Rice and Moss are both goats. That's why
yeah.
You can only have one goat. But
if
you have different.
Okay, let's do this game real quick with you, the fans, too. Like Calvin Johnson or Randy Moss. We're all Randy Moss, right?
Yeah, I'm taking Randy.
Okay. So now Calvin's out of the GOAT area. The stress comes Jerry Rice or
who the fuck's got Calvin Johnson as a GOAT other than Don Burr?
Sledge Daddy.
I mean,
don't
not
know.
that he's not a fantastic wide receiver,
yeah.
but yeah,
He
he's
was
not
great.
Randy
Yeah.
Moss changed the game.
Right.
You know, he
This
changed.
Bear Truth 9 has Calvin in there.
over Randy Moss.
Listen.
Yikes!
I'm
I
just
don't see that.
reporting what's in the chat.
Yeah,
You're gonna take more. Like people are gonna take more. I mean, that's what separates. Now, this is my argument, and I don't know Charles Peanut Tillman, the person. I've heard about him. He's a good dude. But for me, he is the most underappreciated corner ever.
yeah. I put Peanut in the Hall of Fame way before I even think. To me, Lance Briggs is not a Hall of Famer, and I know
I agree with
Bears fans will look at that as being blasphemous, and this motherfucker hates the Bears. I don't think Lance is a Hall of Famer.
I'm
I
with
do
you.
agree with D. Levine and Calvin Johnson. Freak,
he's in the
absolutely.
freak category.
Right.
Definitely. See, that's what Cherie's talking about. We throw these words, but these are the true definitions of them. And can a freak also be a legend? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The legend or the GOAT, you can have a GOAT, like greatest all-time quarterback. Someone could say Marino, someone could say Elway, someone could say Tom Brady or whoever. I always say Brady is the greatest I've ever seen. Right? So that's my quarterback, greatest of all time. Greatest all-time running back is Walter Payton. People get upset. They're like, Barry, Jim Brown. Jim Brown played against guys 180 pounds at linebacker.
Not only that, he played in a time where you can get hit, your knee hits down, you can get up and keep running.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of extra yards that he
is
had.
a
Not that
legend.
he wasn't great. Trust me,
He
great,
is a freak.
The stats,
but he's not better than Walter Payton. Walter Payton did it with nobody, and they were fucking great players that Walter played against with no team. So that's where we go from there. Again, we had no script tonight for this, but you guys in the super chat taking the show. It's not the Super 16, Chris Zorich. Where would you put Chris Zorich? Legend? Legend?
He is a legend.
I think Chris.
The Notre Dame legend.
Listen, 3-time All-American, Cherie. All Madden 1993.
Yeah.
I go, Chris, that's got to be your calling card, your favorite thing. He's like, yeah, it kind of is. Like, there's more honor to that than the Pro Bowl.
Hey, there you go. Yep, I like it.
I love that dude.
He is great.
He is a legend. And TTNL. They have to start over at head coach if they trade Fields because,
I don't think so.
I start that because I'm like, so do you want them to keep the head coach? Like, I'm not understanding your conflict here.
Head coach is gone. I mean, it would take. Does he stay here with 6 wins? Is that the type of organization we have? Do we forget 14 losses? I mean, come on. They made the fucking.
And
I didn't know what
Club
get over Dub was.
You got to get over the thing of
VHL.
saying if they moved on from Justin that they'll lose the locker room. Well,
no, they won't. There is no locker room right now. What is it?
Well, yeah, I mean, come on. It's
Brisker waving. What do we got? A dance? What was that, Shane?
Yeah, I don't know. What did somebody
Jim Larison said? Embarrassing.
Yeah.
What was
somebody had a comment on what he was doing? I forget what it was.
It was a Salim Hamani. $20. He's just throwing money. Cha-ching. That's like Claudio, Shane.
Yeah, it's like
is that Claudio
Cha-ching.
or Sal?
Paying that bill, I'm paying that bill, I'm paying this bill.
Claudio is cha-ching. That should be Claudio's new t-shirt. Cha-ching. Another $50 fade. Cha-ching. Thank you, Salim. Did I say it? Salim Hamani. My boy. Thank you. Bear Down is back with a hypothetical. With the trade deadline around the corner and teams having a fire sale.
What teams
Do
are
we
having
try to trade for a wide receiver or edge rusher? I would love to see Max Crosby in Chicago. I love Max Crosby.
Oh, I
We
love
need
Max
more
Crosby,
of those motherfuckers
but
like that.
I ain't trading one of my
You can't
first
trade
rounders
one of
for
the
him.
first. I can trade a next year's first for something like that because I like that. I think that's a identity piece.
But I mean,
Max Crosby.
fire sales. That
Plus,
doesn't
we're in a fire
it
sale.
doesn't have that
Fire coach sale, please.
doesn't fire sales don't really happen. I mean, in season in the NFL,
you're right.
it's just. I think that gets. I mean, I love Max Crosby too, absolutely. But what would prevent them from asking for a first round draft pick in return for him?
I could give you like a future 2025.
Yeah, but that's not. I mean, if you're Vegas,
you have to have the coach in place.
Yeah, well, you're
That's
not
what I'm
taking
saying.
that if you're Vegas.
Yeah.
It does, you're not sitting out for a year to cash in on that on one of your best players. Just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I love the player. Brisker, Anthony P. doing the karate crane.
Yeah, somebody said that, but I forget. I'll have to look back. I know somebody was talking about it and what it was, but somebody brought that up, but that's not what somebody had. I forget who it was. I'll have to go back and look. I have it down someplace.
I don't know. Is that what he does with this?
Yeah, he's going like this.
So the Karate Kid, when he was up,
Somebody, I don't know if it was like a no-fly zone or something like that. Somebody was saying, yeah,
Mr. Miyagi. Oh yeah.
No, you got to remember those drums with the strings, like.
Oh yeah.
And they
But
started.
Mr. Miyagi, remember he healed them.
Oh yeah, he
I
freed
did that with my
Danielson.
daughters when they were young and they got hurt. I'm like,
Oh,
"Do the
yeah.
Mr. Miyagi.
You
I
look
put it on
like
their
Miyagi
leg.
right now.
I do.
Danielson.
Where's my bonsai?
What did he say?
Got a bonsai somewhere.
Karate here. Karate. How did he say? Karate not here. I used to love that. Did you like that movie, Cherie?
Yeah, I liked it. I've seen it.
I'm glad she actually saw it. We're safe. Garen. Is that Jaron or Garen Thomas? TTNL is the GOAT for Bears podcasting. If you're listening on the podcast, yes, we're on iTunes, Spotify, Google, wherever you can listen to podcasts. The smartest man spends time making sure that you are getting the best podcast on the Chicago Bears. Every morning, Ivan's riding the train. People are whistling, and Ivan's listening to the show. He's ready. Cobra Kai.
He's just got to remember to hit the mute button or turn it off.
Yeah.
Or Ivan.
I
downloaded the show like 4 or 5 times trying to figure out what was wrong on my end. And then Ivan started his show last night with his mute button on. So he's talking, nothing's coming out. And when I downloaded the show, I'm like, what is going on? So I'm going through all my stuff. I re-download it. I re-download it again. I try to post it. There's nothing there. And then I push it forward. And he's like, oh, my mute button's on. Hey, welcome, everybody.
2 minutes in. Someone needed to tell him.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Taurine is saying Brisker makes it to the blue tent every Sunday. He's right.
Yeah, I think
Shane texts me every Sunday. Fucking Brisker's hurt again.
Yeah, I think this is the first weekend that he didn't. This is the first game he didn't go in, I believe. Was against the Commanders. Yeah, I think so.
Well, did that coincide with us winning? I don't know. I don't trust Poles drafting. He reminds me of Phil Emery. Can only draft one good player in the whole draft.
I ain't buying that, but I mean,
Let's see. Give it time.
NFL, yeah,
Look
NFL.
at Terrell Smith, Stevenson.
Who's dinged up again right now?
Is he dinged?
Yeah.
Is he questionable?
He was limited. Yeah, the I can give you the list right now. It wasn't great today. That's for
Doyle. I love Doyle. Doyle, you didn't tell me where you're from. Unless Cherie missed it. Doyle.
So the injury report is as follows. This is what came out today. Kyler Gordon limited with a hand. Khalil Herbert ankle, DNP. Homer hamstring, DNP. Eddie Jackson foot limited. He said that he'll be back.
Did we miss Eddie?
Cole Kmet limited hamstring. Doug Kramer thumb full. Jalen Johnson hamstring limited. Lucas Patrick concussion did not participate. Roshan Johnson DMP concussion. He's still in the concussion protocol also. Terrell Smith limited with an ankle. And Equinemius St. Brown hamstring. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 hamstrings. So got to get that worked out.
So wait, go back to Cole Kmet. He's questionable?
Limited. He was limited in practice. I mean, which I wouldn't. Yeah, I think that means they're just
Cherie's blaming Greg Braggs for that. Muhammad's back. Elmi. $4.99. I can care less about generational. Tom, Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Steve Young, and so on. If you have an elite talent, it's you and the coach. It's up to you, I believe he's saying, and the coach to match. No doubt. But elite and generational are standing side by side. That's the road that you have to travel to be generational. You start with the talent, elite. Now the consistency gets you to generational. So once you've what did Tom Brady do? He consistently went out there and won.
Right.
And it's proven, right? Then same with Aaron Rodgers. As much as we hated him, there was no way the Bears could go nap with a 14 or 21 point lead because they had this generational talent that was consistently in the game because of him. Single-handedly. I don't give a fuck who his receivers were. That's what we're looking for. And if Justin gets consistency, there's no more conversation. He's the man. That's where TTNL is. We're not some fucking meatball homers that are just throwing dice to, I said it. Anyone could bet. What is that? The clock strikes 12 twice a day.
Yeah.
Right? What's this like?
You're right.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the statement. Thank you. Let's go to my boy Rel. Is that Rel Remy? Let me know. $4.99. Phil, if the Bears draft Caleb Williams and he doesn't pan out and Justin goes elsewhere and goes off and be great, what will you say? Just hypothetical. Well, that's a huge hypothetical.
I'm still waiting for Mitch Trubisky to win in Super Bowl because that was fucking given. Oh, he's going to San Francisco. They weren't. You just wait till Belichick gets a hold of him. Wasn't
Logan.
For the show, give us our bias our shoes from DH Gate.
Let's go. Do you like how your kids mind?
Kids should be in bed.
Kids late. Get
School
that
night.
kid to bed, wifey. What are you doing? No. The hypothetical is tough, man. Like, come on. There's so many layers. What am I going to say? I'm going to say, fuck. The Bears organization screwed over another talent.
Yeah.
But we already know that. So it's not like we know that he could have been better with better coaching.
Listen, Doyle is from Cicero, Illinois, Al Capone town.
Nice.
Have I ever told you guys the story the first time I went to Chicago? Well, the second time I went, under TTNL headings here. I'm talking, not in my life. I'm bring Steph. We left the boys, right? We stay at this hotel on Lake Michigan. I'm sleeping in the not late. What is the fucking Michigan Ave, the main strip there? Right in front of, like, our room had this view right in front of that fucking love and marriage fountain.
Buckingham Fountain, don't you disrespect that one.
Listen, they're selling the Chicago style dogs out. I'm right out our window. It's gorgeous. You could see Lake Michigan, everything. So I'm like, wow, look at this view. Then you sat on this bed and it felt like it was hard as a fucking barrel of hay. That's what it felt like. Like you were laying on hay. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I couldn't sleep. And I'm like, am I nervous about the game? All of a sudden we look and it's the most haunted fucking floor that Al Capone apparently haunts. And motherfucker, wouldn't you know? And I kid you not. I think I told Shane. It's like I couldn't get any sleep. Every time I was falling asleep, I felt like someone was touching me, like waking me up. And Al Capone, apparently, what's the name of this fucking? It's right on Lake Michigan. I mean, Michigan Ave. It's the fucking scariest hotel ever. Jeez, Phil, can you at least get the landmark right? It's Love and Marriage Fountain. People know it like that. No,
no, it's called
I'm
Buckingham
not smart. Mo comes back. $1.99. Just my feelings. I just want him to be great. Listen, we all want him to be great, despite the hate. I know, talking to my boy Shane, there's probably no one that
Congress
wants him to be great
Plaza.
more.
Is that the hotel you were at?
Congress Plaza, yes. Holy shit! Right on the haunted floor, in the room. Ask Steph. I was like, this motherfucking is scary. It's fucking scary. I blame Chris Sandlin for that because he stayed there before. Remember, Claude? We stayed in the room near them, that same hotel.
Yeah.
But it turned out
That's an old ass hotel.
I didn't know H.H. Holmes had some history at that hotel. I'm sorry, I'm Googling this like
H.H. Holmes.
He's the first, serial killer, and it's
oh my mother. He's the one that was fucking poking me all night. It's so many jokes right there. Chris Rabideau. I told the Bears fans in DC when I was at the game to go watch TTNL because it's the best Bears show on the planet. This dude, Chris Rabideau. Is that French? Shane don't care. Rabideau.
Don't care.
Texting. Is that Ryan Cox? Ryan?
No. I'm just doing some background stuff.
Raymond Clark. $5. He just threw $5 at you, Cherie. It was like, fuck it. Fine. No, Ray. We can't see your comment. We definitely want to put Ray on the podcast, on iTunes. If you're not following the show there, you can listen so you don't get in trouble at work. You can listen to the podcast as well as watch it. And the Buckingham Palace is a landmark. Ivan. Buckingham Palace, not in Chicago.
It's not in Chicago.
Buckingham Fountain. Was it given to us by the British? Why is it called the Buckingham Fountain? Someone looked that up. Super chat wasn't working before, but I got to make up for the past weeks. Appreciate what y'all did. Look at Muhammad, $4.99. Thank you, Muhammad. JSN, thank God we passed. Joshua Goff, $5. Bears going to be 500 going into New Orleans. Let's do this for Josh. So they're going to be 500.
Vikings and Raiders.
They have to beat the Vikings, the Raiders.
Oh no, and the
and what other team called? We play the Lions.
Oh, Chargers.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, that'll be tough. Chargers will be tough. I definitely Yeah,
we're not at Cherie's predictions yet tonight.
Yeah.
But the Chargers are going to be tough. I'll say that. You lost to the fucking Broncos. Let's not get recency bias. Jason Lenzen is telling you, LA Chargers. I still got to get used to that.
We're not going to play Leno every week, so we're not going to be able to get 4 sacks.
Oh, we wish Leno was back. Wish he was fucking. Yeah. Come on. Mike Hanneman, H.H. Holmes Mansion by the 63rd in Halstead. Have you ever been there, Cherie? He's got a. This dude had a fucking mansion and he was a serial killer.
He had a whole so when the Chicago World's Fair, when Navy Pier, the Ferris wheel and stuff was built during that time when they were building, he had his own building where he was serious. Like all of the tourists coming from everywhere, women were disappearing. He was killing them. Yeah.
Holy! Have they ever made a movie on this shit? I've never heard of this dude.
They had a book about it. I know they had a book, but
So I love the book Devil in the White City, but it's not. Of course, it's told from his point of view, so you don't know how accurate it is, but you do know that he killed a lot of people, completely disappeared. He had all these secret rooms and stuff.
Yeah, they had the bodies in the fucking all throughout the whole.
And he purposely had it built, and he would no one builder saw it through completion, so no one person knows all of the hidden rooms that he had.
And that mansion's still there today. They do tours or something.
I didn't know the mansion was still there, so now I'm gonna have to go. When I go home, I'm gonna have to look at them. We gotta
rewind where that address is. Shane don't care. George, the actor from China, Transshrew. Did I ever say that right? What's up, George? Thank you. $4.99. Justin balls out. We go 10-7. Have the number 1 pick from Carolina, but Caleb refuses to play for the Bears. Do you still draft him, or don't you have to trade it? You draft him.
Yeah.
Really?
Draft him. Yes.
Yeah.
But then what do you do with Justin if we go
now
10-7
you hold
make the playoffs?
Now you hold the thing
trade
that
him?
everybody wants.
But you guys would then you think we should then trade him after?
Well, you have to.
Oh, you don't let him dictate. You don't let
him not let
Caleb
him
Williams dictate anything like that.
Exactly.
No, that's
yeah.
Listen, it's not like there's not going to be interest. You
draft him and you make the choice that you hold.
Everybody keeps on saying that, and guys, listen. This
he's given
is the number 3 market in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Just look beyond football. Look at endorsement. They're not passing it up. When he's talking about that, he's talking about like Arizona and things like. He's not talking about Chicago. They're not passing Chicago up. I don't know where that all started, other probably on Twitter someplace.
Yeah.
No quarterback. Again, people need to realize you win in shit, and this goes for Justin. Let's just say the inevitable happens and the Bears turn it around and Justin punches the Bears ticket to the fucking Super Bowl. Cap said it last week. Your list then is Michael Jordan and then the quarterback, whoever the quarterback of the Chicago Bears is. Yeah. Justin Fields, Caleb Williams.
Exactly.
That's it.
That's it.
Not a lot of places that you're getting that.
You will be forever remembered. Forever. Back to Ray Clark, who paid the $5. Sorry, my message didn't post. Say by chance we win enough games to get the 3rd pick and the Panthers get the 2nd pick. Do we keep Justin and Getsy together? No way we can have it. No way do I keep Getsy.
Say by chance we win enough games to get the 3rd pick and the Panthers get the 2nd pick.
He just wants to know, because now we're going to keep Justin. Do we keep Getsy with him? And I say no chance. Getsy, to me, is not a good play caller. He's part of the problem for Fields.
Well, so the way that you have to look at that is if you finish bad enough to have the 3rd pick in the fucking draft, none of
he
this
ain't gonna
coaching
be-
staff is here.
Yeah, they're gonna
Exactly.
be gone. Yeah. That
But
means
he's saying, will the next
only
coach
winning 2
come
more
in and
games.
keep him to try to keep the consistency of
If
offense?
it's me, yeah,
Offense
you.
sucks.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's it all depends on the coach. Let's just say Harbaugh goes back, signs an extension in Minnesota, and let's just say, throw a name out. Say Ben Johnson is the fucking guy that they settle on, the coordinator from the Detroit Lions.
Mhm.
If he comes in here as a Justin Fields fan, guess who's going to be the quarterback?
Justin.
Justin Fields, if that's who he wants to work with.
Hell
But
yeah.
those questions are going to be answered. But if he's a Drake May fan and thinks that he's the guy, I happen to not agree with him. I would not move off of Justin for Drake May. But if Ben Johnson and Ian Cunningham and Ryan Poles have Drake May up there, like Robert, this is where everything is so volatile. Robert Mays was on with Waddle and Sylvie yesterday or 2 days ago, and he was talking about the Bears, and then they were talking about Caleb Williams, and he goes, this draft class of quarterbacks, it's a 2-man draft class, and he's talking about Caleb Williams and Drake May. He said they are both a different tier of prospect than what we've been dealing with when you're talking about Bryce Young and those guys. These guys are just different. You know, they're higher tier. And if you can get one of them, well, I understand it with Caleb. Drake May, I'm not there with it. Well, then I don't know if it was Sylvie or Waddle asked him, well, then if you had the number 1 pick, who are you taking? And he goes, oh, well, I'm not at a point where I've done enough work on these guys that I can tell you where I'd go. Well, you just put them in a fucking tier that was
work.
Almost legendary. So this is what I'm saying. Nobody.
Great point.
Nobody. You just essentially outed yourself nationally.
Exactly. He's totally
that you're just riding the trend of what everybody is saying, and then when they want you to put your feet to the fire, well, I'm not ready to make that proclamation. Well, I made mine.
You just called them the best, right? Like,
you just put them in a
that's what I hate.
completely different tier.
This is a different tier. Like, have some fucking. Those are the frauds that don't want to. They want to hedge their bet. We've seen it many times. We've called a lot of these blog boys and what is it now? X scouts on Twitter or whatever.
George, I have no idea what you're. You don't get to determine your own destiny. You're in the fucking NFL draft, bro. So what is he going to do? What if the Bears have the 2nd pick? Well, I'm not going number 1. I'm not going number 2. Arizona's drafting number 3 and number 4. No, I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
He doesn't dictate.
Yeah, but remember Eli did it. Eli did it.
They had
John Elway did it.
They would have kept him.
Right,
Yeah.
but the Chargers.
You have to have. They had a trade in place. They did not let Eli dictate. They had a trade in place.
Yeah, they wanted New York over. Who was the owner? I forget the name.
The Chargers was the owner.
Didn't the dad intervene? It wasn't like Eli himself made.
Yeah, it was his dad didn't want him.
It was Archie
in the Chargers. He wanted him in New York.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand people saying Chicago doesn't appeal to Caleb. Why? Because he'd make the most money here. Where's he get? What team would appeal to Caleb Williams? That's semi-logical. I mean, New England. Don't
go with Belichick, maybe.
I
don't know.
I don't know. Chicago, man.
It's always been these little stories. John Elway had a professional baseball career to back him and say Caleb Williams is not going to pass up on Chicago. I can guarantee that because of what Shane said. It's the 3rd largest market. You're a competitor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Zay.
Saeed, whatever it is.
And it's Chicago. And yes, the organization has been in dysfunction, but the bobbers in the water fishing for the big shark is Kevin Warren. And that whole story, he's only been on the job for a short time. That's why we say there's still hope.
Muhammad, that was a fake report, by the way.
That was totally fake.
100% fake.
Yes.
The only team that has been spoken out of anybody's, or the only team that has been talked about from Caleb Williams' camp, and it was his father. The only team that he has mentioned, and it was mentioned in a negative sense, was Arizona in the situation with Kyler Murray.
By the time I get to Arizona, Chuck D, brother John Gray, what would you need to see to keep Justin Fields consistent? We just said, John,
consistent. I think people are watching the show and like catching up because just like George is saying, you trade Justin or you keep him. If you draft Caleb Williams, Justin Fields is a former Bear. You're trading him, like we said, to Seattle or Atlanta or any number of teams that could be Arizona.
Daniel Bushell is giving you a haunted tour. I know Halloween's coming up. So 2319 East 100th Street.
I'll actually be in Hawaii.
What? Speed dating Hawaii? Is there any connection here?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, that's haunted. Richard Speck. Do you know that story, Cherie? Hawaii, too. Hawaii. Look at you. Even Wake Fate is saying poo-poo to Hawaii. He's upset that you get.
Aww.
I don't know what this next quote from Wake Fate.
Wake up.
Sweet hot loving. That was like Cherie speed dating last week.
No, it absolutely wasn't. No.
Was it tough?
It was not.
Are we waiting for this update later?
Oh, I have the surveillance video. I had to pony up for it.
Paid the bar.
I'll tell you what, though. I did see the outfit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
Little Cleveland Browns action.
I thought you were going to say a little cleavage showing, but you went with the Cleveland Browns. Yeah.
That's what I meant. Cleve.
Good thing TTNL does not have an HR department. That's all I gotta say.
Question.
We do. Angelo's running it.
What? Caleb is top 5. Do you guys think Justin?
He got top 5 potential, dude. He's
absolutely has top 5.
Oh no! I'm just saying he's high. He's got number 1 overall. It's a fucking lock, guys. He's going number 1.
No, he wants to know, do you think Justin has top 5 potential? In the
top
NFL.
5 quarterback in the NFL.
I think he's going there.
Of course he has it.
I think he's got potential.
Yes, that's the mind.
Athletically, yes, exactly. The mind. It's just.
But that's the thing. You can say that, but if you mention anything negative about when he came out, we broke down on TTNL, on X's with the O's, on Draft Mob. Everybody's, hey, you just love to see that processing be just a tick quicker. Just a tick quicker. And here we are,
still
in year 3, and we say, we'd love to see that processing be just a tick quicker. Just a tick quicker. So it's the same issues. Listen, I think has he made strides the last 2 weeks? I feel like Justin's played with more confidence the past 2 weeks. Yeah. I think he's kind of broke the chains off a little bit, and I think he's realizing how special DJ Moore is, and he's buying into that.
Right.
And listen, you don't think that DJ Moore is going to get some attention this week from Minnesota? That's where Darnell Mooney becomes vital. And even you have to put Tyler Scott in there because Mooney's going to be a guy. Listen, he's got skins on the wall. Mooney does in the NFL. He's done things in the NFL. They're going to be looking at these two guys, and then boom.
And Komet too. Komet's been.
This is where you want to see Scott get downfield and make a play. But confidence, I want to see Justin come out and play with the swag, with the confidence. That happens, then you're cooking with gas. You start stacking these. Bears have some winnable games coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
You cannot go out there and have a 6 for 18 for 106 yards and 2 fumbles, a touchdown, and an interception against the Minnesota Vikings at home. And this will be the Bears' 10th straight loss at home. I'm not saying that that's a Justin Fields stat. That's a Chicago Bears stat. That's all at home. But I think he's playing with more confidence. I think Washington. Listen, I predicted the Bears to get boat raced.
So did I
last week.
You know what? You know what's the difference?
Ivan didn't. Ivan
Ivan had faith. Yeah,
Ivan had Buckingham faith. He had it. He did. The other thing, the offensive line for the Chicago Bears with Tevin Jenkins in there played some good football. That's helpful. Ja'Tyre Carter, not so much. Lucas Patrick, Cody White here, they have their moments, but we'll talk about that. $1.99 from my guy, Gerald Smith. This is what I want to know, Gerald. How many carries will Foreman get this week? And I know Adam Rank would chime in with, he's a great waiver pickup. I wonder if
so this kind of ties into it, Phil. This is from Adam Johns. Tweeted this out. Cars
really
shared it earlier. Yeah. So this is the Bears snaps from 12 personnel, which is what the Bears should have been doing the entire fucking time that we talked about the entire offseason, the entire season last year. So this is where we're holding the coaching staff, accountable. So 12 personnel snaps week 1. How many times did they run 12, Phil? How many snaps?
2.
3. Week close. 2, 8 snaps. Week 3, 6. Week 14, or week 4, 14. Week 5, 27.
Mm-hmm.
So you see the trend. Now it gets better.
Something's happening here.
What else did we say, Phil? If you're in 12, what should you do off of that? What did we say? Play action. Week 1, play action percentage on early downs. Week 1, 19.4%. Week 2, 20.8. Week 3, 23.5. Week 4, 46.4. And then week 5, over 40% again, 40.9. So their win against the Washington Commanders, they were in the right personnel package and doing the right things off of that. That everybody with a brain knew the way that this team is constructed with who the quarterback is, that's the way that you should attack it. Everybody knew that, except for Matt Eberflus and Luke Getsy. So what does that say? It took them 5 weeks.
5.
Well, they were trending up every week. But what does that say? They used
in Chicago
the first 4 weeks to ramp up to that because they didn't do shit in the preseason or in camp.
Answer this one, Shane. Eric Alley. So do you give them credit for adjusting? He rhetorically writes, I think you have to. So he's not really asking. He's telling us. I say, no, this is the NFL. As Shane pointed out, I've been saying this from fucking last year. Ever since Justin Fields came here.
Ivan's everywhere. Look at him.
I was gonna say, is that all of our pictures?
I guess it's all of our pictures.
Ivan just took a
Smiling Ivan. Smiling Ivan.
when you
Should be a
leave.
fucking
So
t-shirt.
for everybody knows, when you
Smiling Ivan.
leave on the screen on the bottom, we see your little screen, and now Ivan's picture is up where Shane is. So that's why we're laughing.
That's why we're laughing.
So
But
everybody
listen,
knows.
Shane, myself, my dad, all of us on our patron channel talking about personnel and how to best use Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears offensive personnel, not just Justin Fields, their offensive personnel. Begging, pleading, get under center, 2 tight ends, 1 back, continue to pound the football. Boot
I would love
off.
to know the stats of average yards, that we're gaining under center. Because from what I can see this year, every time we're under center, it's 6, 7, 8 yards. Like we're getting positive yards. I mean, I would love to know that.
Well, those stats will go to cards. I'm sure he might have that stuff, but it is infuriating to me. There's clearly, and I'll get to Kentucky Bears fans comment here in a second. It's clear as a night sky with all the stars. You're in fucking Cancun looking up at all those fucking stars. That Justin Fields is a confident football player under center, off action, and getting those great play fakes and movement. And then you incorporate some of the read option stuff and gun. But your basis, your identity is Justin under center with the threat of run from the running backs as well as the quarterback on those boot games. And that's going to be successful for him. And that's where they should be. And Shane's given you those percentages, and it correlates in a win. It correlates in a win. Now, I'm just telling you, if you just tuned in, that Shane and I we're sitting and waiting for consistency for Fields. Those of you that have already decided that Fields is the answer and you get upset with any negative criticism, this is TTNL, the tape. We want to see consistency. I want to see 6 games that this guy goes out there, makes the right decisions, moves the chains, and wins football. That's what I want to see. Sorry. Kentucky Bears fan, $9.99. Thank you. A small of me doesn't even want that first pick. Either we become the team that passed on Caleb or the team that passed on Fields. Whoever we pass on will become a superstar.
Yeah, I'll take that problem.
Go ahead.
I'll take that problem on. Yeah,
I'm
not passing up being able to sit on the,
you're going to get the answer of Justin Fields, but Kentucky Bears fan. This is what's great. We're getting the answer this season because how many more weeks of football do we have? So Justin's going to answer that. Thus, the answer becomes easy. You lose, you have the first pick. It's because Justin wasn't consistent. And that's where you are. And it's easy. You don't pass on that. Hands down, dead level, 307, $9.99. 48 years of Bears fans, so tired of being on the losing side of football. So all bullshit aside, whatever and whoever helps us get to the fucking top. Thanks, TTNL, for keeping it 100. This dude looks like he plays for fucking Metallica. This guy looks like he's ready. Hands down, dead level 3. What's dead level 307? Is that like an instrument? Is there something to that, bro?
No idea.
Shout out to you. Thank you. I don't have any
But
idea.
yeah, George, I wouldn't say that it's 2 rebuilds in 3 years because you have to give the way that it will be phrased and it should be phrased is Justin Fields, right, wrong, or indifferent, is not Ryan Poles' quarterback. And that's why he has set himself up to give himself an out, just like the Eagles did before they were committed to Jalen Hurts. The Eagles had 2 first-round draft picks. Last year, they made a trade with the New Orleans Saints. It ended up working out for them. It gave them the security blanket if Jalen Hurts wasn't the answer, that they could bring in their guy. And that's what it is. The Bears are in a rebuild. They're not in a second rebuild if they go with a different quarterback. They're still in a rebuild. I mean,
what? You've won 1 game in the last fucking
Right.
14. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Like, George, come on. We're still fucking trying to find answers. I have no doubt that this team, well, we'll get to the prediction, but this team is far from an answer because they won fucking a game on the road in Washington. Come on.
That's where people acting like we're not 1-4.
Bro, yeah, we're 1-14. You're right. Like, you have to look at. There's been a lot of losing, so I'm not mad that you celebrate a win, as Chris Zorich put it. Like, it wasn't the Super Bowl. Like, let's have some common sense there. I don't think it's rebuilding.
Unapologetic. I don't know. This is what year? This is year 4 for Jalen Hurts, correct? So you're telling me their Super Bowl season of last year, he didn't show up until late last season? He was an MVP candidate.
Yeah, he took the next step when they brought in the #1 wide receiver, AJ Brown.
He was doubted. He was criticized. He was thought of as nothing. He's too small. And then he goes and shuts everybody up and plays consistent.
But yeah, he didn't. But what he's saying is that he didn't show.
Yeah,
he didn't show that he took the. Yeah, I know he did. That's what I'm saying. He can't.
Started,
and I'm not trying to be a dick, and I know I get painted that way, but don't.
Oh, you're a dick.
This people make up so much stuff to try to justify their stance. Just don't.
What do you?
Just don't do
this
it.
This is
makes
unapologetic truth. It's telling a lie. I think I'm more upset about that. If you're gonna carry that moniker, don't fucking lie. Like, bro,
we're not bashing Justin Fields.
Listen,
that's this dude. Like,
listen,
this dude keeps coming back with this.
No, that's because
go back and take a longer nap, bro.
That's what he. Go back and work on your podcast, T3.
I wish
do that.
I could take a nap.
That's what he does. He doesn't listen. He's trying to. He wants to make this us against them. So if Justin becomes a Hall of Fame quarterback, he can pound the table for his 6 listeners on his show that I was with him the whole time. Fuck TTNL. Whatever, dude. It's what it is.
That's kind of a pattern. Convenient pattern. They disappear when things are bad. Then they come out of the woodwork. Yeah. Take your laps. There's never been
funny as shit, T3P. How about that? Go take a nap again.
Ray Clark. Ray, we didn't see your comment, but we want to. And thank you for the super chat here on Keeping It 100 every Wednesday night. Tonight, we're just talking about the Chicago Bears as they get ready to go to Minnesota and take on their rival Vikings.
Yeah, with no Justin Jefferson. That's going to help.
Did you say go to Minnesota? It's in Chicago.
It's in Chicago.
You're right. Yes. Ray, I don't know what you were saying. But just like T. Ahran, we're keeping it 100. Oh, man. TP3.
Man,
Mohammed's back again.
Dude, Mohammed, you can you don't have to pay every time for a question, bro.
Exactly.
Just saying, yeah, we appreciate you.
Mohammed's on a roll here tonight.
Dude, has anybody noticed how much we're letting our guests talk tonight? Sheree? I mean,
I thought in the beginning that wasn't enough.
Oh, yeah, last week. Forgot about that clown. Anyway, Ryan Day was running 12 personnel a lot, both tight ends and total 3 TDs. Should have been watching his strength. That's a problem. I don't need Getsy here because he couldn't figure shit out in the fucking time when you're building a championship or an offense in the off season. God forbid we film those plays in training camp. God forbid Ivan or Ron G takes out their fucking Claudio's there getting fucking hemmed up by fucking the mall Bart, Hallis Hall security. Hey, please put that phone away. No pictures of Robert Tunyon running a 6-yard out. Fuck. God forbid.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's what we're dealing with here. God forbid. Ray Clark. Here's the question. Damn. Laugh out. Hey, Phil, I know Borum is not the best option at left tackle, but is he a better option than Braxton? What does the tape say?
Here comes the Tevin Jenkins talk. Go ahead, Phil.
I'll keep this.
We'll go take a nap. We'll go take a nap.
Go take a nap, TP3 podcast. No, go check out the TP3 podcast, T3P podcast, wherever he podcasts. How about that? I gave you a shout out. No, Borum. I feel more secure with Borum than I do with Braxton at the point of attack. And that's just me being like, we saw what Braxton's issues are, and Borum and Braxton, it's like a road race to Mediocreville. And Shane is right. I will double down. I just think you put Tevin Jenkins there out at left tackle and you are fucking golden. I mean, even the size that he is, when you see him move, it's like there's a play and my guy, what's his name? Why am I drawing? Khalil Herbert makes a great run, but it's Tevin Jenkins' ability as an athlete to get this scoop block that maybe 2% of human beings could do. It's so athletic and he's so big.
The ability's never been, the ability's always been there. It's just
it is.
You talk about consistency. You can't make
my
the club in the
blemish.
tub, man. That's what it is.
You and I, my dad and Big Steve Edwards talked about, like, guard, you're bent down, you have to fire out. That area is more showcase of injury with somebody that's taller and has back issues. Like, play them at tackle and you'll see the fucking.
But that's the thing. That's the thing.
Give it a shot. Like, now's the fucking time.
This is what drives me crazy. Is there's people out there. Listen, there's been bumps in the road, but I see it all over our message boards. I see it all over Twitter. I've seen it in the chat, even tonight. There's people out there that are disappointed in Darnell Wright.
Oh my God. No fucking way.
And I'm like,
he's a rookie playing with a shitty offensive coordinator. I'm serious. And the things that you see, I mean, it goes back to what you said about Tevin Jenkins. You know, there's moments with Darnell Wright that are just, you can't teach that shit. It's just unbelievable athleticism and power. Unbelievable. So, yeah, yet he does let up a pressure, a sack.
That's going to happen. I mean,
that's going to happen. He's going up against Sweat. He's going up against a great defensive line, and they held. He held his own. He held his own.
Did you see the way he got beat by Chris Jones in Kansas City, Phil? Unacceptable.
Oh my God. Chris Jones makes a pretty good living doing what he does because of what Chris Jones is. I mean, Shane put me, I was like, yeah, I'd give up the number 2 overall pick for Chris Jones on the Bears. That's how dominant.
No.
I mean, he's dominant.
You would, but me as your GM would not let you.
I mean,
no.
Oh my God, he's so.
You can't.
Want to see
You
a
can't
three
trade the
pick
number
move?
2 pick in the draft for a 30-year-old defensive lineman.
He's just so dynamic.
If you're one player
I
away,
wanted him coming
and
out of
you're lucky enough-
college.
No, I'm
So-
saying if you were one player away from a Super Bowl, yeah, I get it. Where the Bears are right now, you can't. It makes no sense.
Listen to the Ray. Thank you, Ray. And Shane, to you, like, what do you lose? Like, this season is for answers. If you put Jenkins out there and you have 5 games of him and you're like, what? Holy fuck. This is what we got. Now you're cooking with gas. Like,
But I think
who's
at this
there?
point right now, I think he's bought in.
No, I get it, but
he
you
knows
have a
it.
shitty offensive line coach too. I'll tell you. They just don't. They don't have rules.
I honestly, at this point with Tevin, I just want you to play. Just play. That's where I'm at with him.
Yeah,
I want to
wherever he
see
is
you
is
on
gonna
the
be
field.
good.
I want to see you play for the next 11 games.
Well, when Lucas Patrick goes out, and they still rotated Tevin, they put Cody at center, and then they rotate Jatiri Carter in there.
Well, Tevin did say himself he played more snaps than he was even expecting to.
Yeah,
Tevin
Carter.
Tevin did he played more than he.
No, I know.
To.
Well,
not less.
I would have been like, I'm sorry, big fella. You're gonna be playing a lot more. I think of my cousin Eric, like talking, like, okay, you can fucking play 3 plays. There's a fucking TV timeout. Like, get your win, big fella, and start fucking firing out. I got no sympathy.
Guido wants to be noticed, so we'll give him his 5 minutes.
Your hat and get the hell off the field.
That's right, coach.
You didn't miss on Carter, and you didn't get a decent right tackle. We'll see.
Oh, we'll see.
Jalen Carter's been playing, has made some splash plays, and I get it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if Jalen Carter does everything that Jalen Carter is supposed to do when he's not on the football field, when the offseason comes around, because that's what's going to tell the story on Jalen Carter. Phil's got
he's like, I'm not even talking about Jalen Carter. This is and there he goes. There was a question I was gonna put up.
I don't know what happened there, Claudio.
I don't know what happened either. You just got bounced.
Yeah, and
Jalen Carter.
Ray, he hasn't been playing, Ray. He's consistent. The one thing that he's been good when he's played, but he's consistently missed games throughout his career.
I think you're both saying the same thing.
Yeah.
When he's played, he's been one of the best. He just hasn't been able to stay healthy.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the thing. That's what he's saying. Darnell Wright, I'm not afraid of. Carter is a good player, but he has the capability to crash and burn. Exactly. We didn't have the culture. We've said this,
Gordon.
Kyle.
Check it in.
Yeah, Kyle, my boy. That's why we passed on him. That's why you make those decisions. That's why you do it. Yeah. Polls is a problem. Well, we're seeing. I would have never have taken Dexter. I know people are. I don't see what he did great. I gotta look at the tape of him and isolate on him, and I plan to do that with my dad.
Oh, Javon Dexter, you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely played better.
Yeah, better. People were like, he played outstanding. I'm like, I don't know.
But that's what you're gonna get, man. I mean, if we're saying that Darnell Wright, well, he's a rookie. Well, Javon Dexter's a rookie and still in the infancy of his entire football life. Yeah. That's the thing. I'm not down on him.
I'm not down on him. I never would have drafted him. I would have taken.
Oh, I wasn't going to take out
at that point. If you watch our draft coverage, Thule.
Yeah, well, you went the very next pick, I believe, right?
Exactly. You went the very next pick. If you were watching, that's who I would have picked because We didn't have that pick for obviously Chase Claypool, softest Clay, whatever people are calling. But we'll see.
Yeah, we did.
Did Claypool play this past week or no? Has he not dressed for them?
No,
I don't
now
think,
there's
I
been,
heard something
there's
that
been-
they're going to try to make him a tight end.
yeah, there's been
Oh,
some
they're
of
going to
that
make him
talk.
a move.
Yeah.
Make him a tight end. Yeah.
Yeah, he likes that.
But yeah,
Josh
I mean, did
T,
you?
we can't see your, and thank you for the $2. We can't see your comment.
Yeah.
Otis, look at
Did you answer Eric about us knocking?
Well,
Jalen
yeah,
Carter
I
play?
put that up because go ahead. You guys tell him.
Yeah, we 100% did because it was warranted. We said he will make splash plays and then he'll disappear for a lot of plays. And then
We also said, if you listen, Eric, ally, I don't know if you're an ally or against us, but the reality was we said he'll be the perfect fit there. Even if he's successful, it's because of the surrounding talent as well as the culture that they have. There's no way to fuck around there. Here, with shitty flus and all of this stuff, like, what is he going to do? He's going to lead men, or is Chris Jones going to lead him? Who? Walker? It just wasn't the right fit. And that's where we stood on it. Braxton Jones isn't that bad. Otis has hope. I didn't say he was that bad. He's better than Charles Leno.
Oh, yeah, but
Jones.
You can't go into the off season next year where you're
Braxton.
he's not.
Right.
He's a guy that's written in pencil.
100%.
I mean, you're not. If you're
two guys that are in,
you're drafted number 5 and Fashanu is on the board. Guess
Oh
what
my
you're gonna
God.
guess what you're gonna do?
He's your left tackle.
Yeah, you're drafting Fashanu, and your bookends are Fashanu and Darnell Wright for the next 13 years.
I agree. The two guys in Penn on the offensive line are the right guard and the right tackle. That's what you got right now. Everybody else is in pencil, including my boy Tevin Jenkins, because Shane's point of never staying consistently healthy.
Yeah, he can't be. You can't. He had just like the Bears, because they've played better the last 2 games. You can't trust that this coaching staff is going to come out and do the right thing versus Minnesota, because too many times have we seen them revert.
Is a mic drop. This is a mic drop for him. Nick Watts, and those of you listening, is saying, are the Eagles using him on a rotation, keeping him fresh and teaching him? I feel like that if he was in Chicago, he might never leave the field, loaf about losing when we are down. That's the truth. How does a person's character rise to the occasion? The great one, we go back to legends, freaks, goats.
John Randall. That dude.
Exactly.
That's the
guy
example
what I'm
right
thinking.
There. Yeah. That
John
dude.
Randall, legend.
All fucking heart. I mean, he obviously has skill,
He
but
didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
If the score was 16-0, he's fighting like it's 0-0. That's where you got to find that. Did this kid Carter have that? No, he didn't. Let's see adversity.
Jalen Carter played 39 snaps this past week. Yep.
Out of what, 70?
Out of 70. Oh, where did I just have it? And of course, it closed it out. Just 1 second. Out of 79. Yep.
Out of 79, he played 39. So 40 snaps, he's not even on the field. So, yep, the answer's right there. Hate to sound Bob. There's Bob. Hate to sound like a kiss ass, but I have to agree 100% on your O-line thoughts on who the set starters are. I'm surprised they kept 3 of 5 from last year. Yeah, I'm with you. I felt like they played good the previous week when they were up 28 points and then lost. And then I felt like they did again. They played pretty good the next week. Now we got to see. And Tony's making a good point that obviously I was going to talk about. Brian Flores defense made Lamar Jackson look bad. He's expecting the same from Justin Fields. I said it's going to be interesting to see Justin Fields play against this kind of defense. It's going to be a very telling moment for me as an analyst of Justin Fields. How do you handle some of these weird defensive looks, these pointed direct blitz situations? And what do I mean by that? So they are coming with certain stunts with a blitz directed in their scouting, and they are looking at what you show, and they try to put you in a position to take away what you rely on. So they're going to strategically blitz in situations to make Justin uncomfortable. This is a great game to show me that consistency is there. There was a lot of man coverage against Washington, and Justin found the open receiver, made good throws. Were they all? No, I will show you. TheTapeNeverLies.com tomorrow. I apologize for being so late. But yeah, is Claudio? What do you got, Shane?
But did the question that you just had up about Flores saying that, is he talking about? I mean, is he talking about this year?
No, he's talking about last year.
Oh, he's talking about last. I was gonna say because I was just
gonna look up some numbers. Yeah, the Ravens.
No. That's what I was.
No, I know that Coach Flores has a complex split scheme that is going to go after the Bears' offensive line, and how that affects Justin is going to be telling. It's going to be telling. I'm old enough to remember the 2 intentional groundings Justin Fields had the week before against Denver. So let's see how he does again. I'm optimistic. I'm excited. I feel excitement to see the Bears.
Right.
Because I did not believe they would beat Washington. So I was completely wrong about that. Anyway, where are we going now? We've answered all the super chat, or no? Josh T never came back with his. So thank you, Josh T. Let's clean these out. Did Jake come back from State Farm? Kerry Franklin pops in to try to continue this struggle with my eyes. I'm so sorry. I know my vision is skewed. Thank you, Kerry. $20. I still believe in this staff and head. What? He still believes. All right. I think the Bears go 4 out of 5. Maybe 5 out of 5. That is my fault as a fan. However, TTNL has taught me a lot about football. Sorry for rambling. I think more like, what would that be? A better description. Hoping, predicting, believing. What would you say, Cherie?
Blind loyalty. Sorry.
Hey, there it is. Listen.
There's a lot of fans, though. Fans like your team can do no wrong.
I love
so.
Kerry Franklin. Shout out to you, Kerry. Thank you. Justin Fields has got to prove it by getting better consistency, clutch gene, and wins. Yeah.
So real quick, just after because we like to hold people accountable. Brian Flores versus Lamar Jackson last year. He actually faced Tyler Huntley 2 times last year. So
let's see how they do. There you go.
Lamar didn't play against Pittsburgh.
He was with the Steelers with Tomlin.
Yep. Huntley was 16 of 31, 141 yards, and 2 interceptions in game 2. And the first game, Huntley was 8 of 12 for 88 yards. And Mitchell Trubisky was the quarterback on the other side. Actually, was 22 of 30, 276 yards, 1 touchdown, and a miraculous 3 interceptions. Turn those TVs up.
Patron number 1, Otis Nichols. So clearly he is saying Braxton Jones is better than Borum at left tackle. Shane, where are you on Braxton versus Borum? Are they the same problem? Do you feel more comfortable with Borum after a few games?
I am disappointed in where Braxton is with his strength still. I think he gets overpowered a lot. I'm not a huge fan of Larry Borum either. I mean, it's a clear issue with the team, but I was hoping that I would see more from Braxton Jones strength wise. You know, he'd have the whole off season to work out. I know people were praising him because he went and saw Olin, and if you listen to Olin, he said Braxton was with him a couple of times and then he never saw him again.
Oh, couple times.
Yeah.
Oh, so we got clarification.
He needs to beef up. But again, that's why Braxton Jones, Larry Borum, Cody Whitehair, Lucas Patrick, all of these guys are written in pencil.
Whitehair's gone. This is it. There's no way he comes back. Like, I would be shocked if he's back next year. Jake, $4.99. My guy Jake and his beautiful girl there. It's at Soldier Field, Jake. It's got to be. Brian Flores shut Hurts down. Philly just ran it down their throats. Pretty sure we can do that same.
Yeah, he did. I mean, Jake's got a great point. I mean, again, since we're calling out bullshit, Jalen Hurts was 19 of 28 that game, 285 yards and 4 touchdowns. So clearly he kicked the shit out of him. Brian Flores did. Guys, again, I am not trying to be a dick, but don't make shit up just to try to prove a point, please. We'll call you out live on air. I know it sucks.
Maybe it was in the second game.
Is
He's
it
down dead level 307. He's back. Blind loyalty is the story of a Bears fan. You don't think Cherie knows that?
Yes.
That was the first question on speed date. So who's your fucking football team?
We're not gonna let this go, huh?
Oh man. Listen, always keeping it 100. How'd the second half look, Shane? He wants to know. Second, talking about Hurts versus Flores.
The second half?
I don't know. I'm just putting Jake. I like Jake. Leave him alone.
I do too. I'm just saying the score was 35-13. So Gardner Minshew came in and had completed 1 pass for 23 yards. But I mean, what did the second half look like? 19
Down
of 28
to 7.
Oh, this is Claudio. The
Scared me. That just scared me. The fuck? Like, yo.
Is Mike Myers coming back, Claudio, this year?
You know, is there going to be a Halloween?
Trick or treat.
I got it up.
So I'll give the breakdown because Jake is saying that they ran it about 20 times in a row in the second half. So here's your rushing numbers for the game, Jake. Miles Sanders had 9 carries for 78 yards and a touchdown, 8.7 a clip. Boston Scott, 7 carries, 21 yards, 3.0. Jalen Hurts, 2 carries, 10 yards. Kenneth Gainwell, 1 carry, 3 yards. Gardner Minshew, 1 carry for -1.
So who won the game? Who won the game?
Philadelphia did, 35-13.
You know how I feel about stats. Really, stats are for losers.
There you go.
There you go.
So are final scores, obviously.
He wants you to look at last year's game, bud.
That's what I'm looking at last year's game.
Jake.
Which one does he want?
Maybe
I thought he was talking about last
this year's game then. Oh.
Alfred Lyman doesn't like. Is he related to Dustin Lyman? Doesn't like the. Who's your little? Oh, is that your brother there?
No.
Oh,
He calls me his little
Whole
sister.
family's in the chat.
So Jake's talking this year versus Minnesota.
Oh,
And we were talking last year when he was in Pittsburgh, Jake.
Shane apologizes.
Let me look up the numbers for you, Jake.
Let me clear my.
Oh, that's why he brought him up, because we're playing Minnesota. So he's saying.
We're waiting on the stats, Claude. If only we could.
So, wow, Kirk Cousins had a big game. I didn't realize that.
Bafangul shirt
Yes.
for Halloween.
So Jalen Hurts was 18 of 23, 193 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. DeAndre Swift had 28 carries for 175 yards and a touchdown. Devontae Smith, 4 receptions, 131 yards.
130.
Yeah. So beyond that, Boston Scott had 5 carries for 40. Jalen Hurts carried the ball 12 times for 35 yards. And Rashad Penny. What happened to that dude? I mean, they were, if you remember going into this season, there was people predicting that he might be comeback player of the year with Philadelphia's offensive line. But he had,
I mean,
Rashad
I don't know if
Penny.
that's shutting Hurts down. I mean, I remember that game. Swift fucking just went nuts.
Jeepers creepers.
So I don't know if that's him literally shutting Hurts down. I just think.
That's how you make crystal meth.
Never gets old.
You're getting trigger happy.
Never gets old with Chris Jackal.
So my bad, Jake. I love you. I thought you were talking about last year, but yeah. Either way, no, it's gonna be a test for Justin. They're gonna put the pressure on him, and you don't think that they're gonna be staring at Larry Borum, staring at Cody Whitehair?
Oh, yeah. Cody, Fashodi, Colin Crane.
So here's the thing, Phil. Here's the rub.
Yes.
Do they, or are they dumb enough to come out with a rotation at left guard for the second week in a row?
Oh my!
That would not shock me.
Steve Edwards tags me. I motherfucking hate that shit. The rotation at guard, like,
yeah,
God, honestly, I'm betting the Bears will do that because they do annoying, dumb shit. So yes, who's in the chat? Who is betting that the Bears won't do that? That's who I want to know. Who believes they won't rotate the guards on Sunday?
They better not. But nothing would surprise me with this team, with this coaching.
All the way up. I'm all the way up, Sheree. Nothing surprised me. Eric Alley believes they won't, Shane. They won't. Let's see if he's right. How many carries will Foreman get? We never answered that.
He's in concussion protocol.
Yeah, I doubt
he can't play.
Foreman's out?
No.
Roshan.
They was talking about the comment.
Oh,
Roshan.
Oh,
yeah,
I agree. I agree. I mean, when he's in there, I agree. I think he's probably the best back.
I love him. Actually, Herbert ran really well this week and then got hurt.
Yeah.
He was running good.
Yeah, he got hurt on that ball.
Oh my!
I wanted to see. I came in late. I came in late to that at first. When I looked at it initially, I'm like, did that ball hit the ground? Because I just caught the tail end of it, and then I
thought
didn't.
It was incomplete, right?
Yeah, but it was. He was in an awkward angle. It was
there's
to
nothing
trying
worse.
to catch it. Yeah.
yeah, and it was Justin needed to put just a little bit more on it, but yeah.
How many
That's
carries will Foreman get this week?
He should get a lot.
10 to 15 at least.
15. He better get 20.
Well, I mean, I think they'll throw in
20. Let's get him the 20 pass club.
I
If
just
he
don't
gets
understand.
20 carries, they win.
It's malpractice from where I'm looking at that he's been inactive.
I agree, bro.
I just don't.
That's one of the big
I
disappointments.
just don't get it.
How many Cole Kmet trick
Phil,
plays?
did I not tell you when I texted you live during the game?
What?
I said they're going to get down to the goal line and he's going to hand it off to Cole Kmet when the running backs were all out.
Yes. I'm surprised they didn't do like Cole.
So the question is, our guy Darrington Evans.
Yeah. Did you reach out to him?
I did. Yep. Claude, I saw you did on Twitter.
Yeah, I
also.
did. He didn't get back to me, bro.
Oh, I'm sure he's got a lot.
Yeah, of course.
Going on.
Fuck that barber.
But
I tried.
Wouldn't it be like Chicago to claim him and then make him inactive?
Inactive. Yeah.
So man, I fucked up, but for sure.
Okay.
So man, I fucked up, but for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
So man, I fucking.
What happened? A dumb.
You can do that at the end like that?
Jackal just agrees with how fucked up Claudio got. I fucked up. Okay, so what? It's like fucking. It's Getsy and Eberflus.
Yeah, props to Blazing Game. I mean, he didn't look out of his element. I
he ran hard.
Kari
texted Kari and just let him know. I'm like, yeah, TTNL was all rooting for you, and he what did he do? He tripled his career touches in this past game. I think somebody said was it Kevin Fishbane. But yeah, to me, I mean, I'm activating Darrington Evans, and I'm Velus Jones is on my inactive list. I mean, I need to see you standing in the end zone just watching the ball sail over your head?
There, I don't get the Velus stuff. I don't get it.
I like Darrington. I think Darrington can make some plays in a limited role.
If Darrington does this,
then let me do what I hired to do.
He will be ready. The Bears, let Darrington get some burn. Oh man, I'm excited for this game. Vikings Bears. I wish it was at 4:00, the later game, so I can relax and step in.
I'm good with the 1 o'clock.
Like the 1 o'clock.
Well, yeah, because then you have BHL afterwards, and it's
BHL. Did someone say BHL?
I'm waiting for
Phil.
He's overwhelmed. Give me some fucking names. Every week we're gonna understand the fucking why. Fucking names.
A little short promo this Sunday, right after Bears versus Vikings.
But
Bears
Claude, are you
live?
Ready?
Boy.
I'm ready. Let's go. I'm always ready.
Did we have a video for this?
Did we load up? Did we load up the new?
I never made it. Did someone make one?
Kennedy's gonna fire you, Phil.
I didn't have any time.
Good.
Is that his intro? We gotta get that. Oh, actually, by the way, StreamYard has unveiled the video backgrounds now.
What is that?
So we could have
make shit move.
We could have like scrolling stats on BHL and the background.
You're on the air, baby. You're on. You did it. You made it.
You made it. You made it.
Did it. You made it.
You can have scrolling backgrounds.
Yeah.
Are we doing any of our segments tonight? Just the Claudio one, right? It's getting late.
We're not.
Yeah, go ahead. So
yeah, All right.
So
Let's
here
Let's
is
do
your
the
intro,
Claudio.
Claude,
give
real
him-
real
you
quick.
have one? Because I have one. If you
Oh, go ahead. Play it.
This is the Claudio intro. You love him. We don't have the music yet. Cool Kennedy made the music. I don't have the video yet. I will make sure I get to that this week. But we're gonna do it like this. You know him. Here he is.
Yo, this is Claudio the barber. 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 Yo.
And that might.
I'm waiting for Mike.
That might get tracked
Mike the
too.
Killer.
I didn't know if that music.
Oh
so
yeah,
I'm like,
We gotta get it. We gotta get a little bit closer to Halloween, Claude, on that one.
I got you.
I love Cherie's mom.
So you don't have
Cut
the
it
music
out.
either,
Cut
right?
it out.
So we're just doing it right now. No
Yeah.
music.
No
Let's go.
music.
All right.
We could put your song, the Yo song. In
Yeah,
the
put the
background.
song. Yeah, make it.
Give him some
little,
Yo.
little
Shane.
something. Little something here.
Is it playing?
You hear it?
It's not playing for me.
I don't...
There
it is.
There it is.
All right, let's get to it. Here we go, Mr. Brisker. Listen, sir. Okay, so we got the fumble recovery that he had no fucking play. He had no effect on that play. But in the right there, he's sitting there with his arms crossed talking shit, right? You didn't do nothing, bro. Okay, down on the bottom, an incomplete pass that you weren't even covering the dude. And you're sitting in front of him, waving your fucking hands, twinkling your fucking fingers. Bro, dude, like, listen, cut it out. Like, make some fucking plays. Stop with the fucking talking shit when you don't even do anything in those plays. Like, just, focus on playing the game of football, all right? Instead of talking shit. All right, here we go. Listen, we've been so bad all year, okay? We haven't attacked the fucking refs yet. Okay, because we've been so bad. It's like we can't blame it on the fucking refs. But listen here. Ready? So we got on the left side, my boy Mooney. Okay, this was not called pass interference. The ball is not even there yet. He is getting fucking molested. Okay, the ball comes. He still almost makes the fucking catch because he's Mooney. And, it's not called pass interference. Bullshit. On the other side is a pass interference called on us. The dude is out of bounds. The ball is over their head, not even fucking catchable. So refs, please, listen, cut it out. Stop with that bullshit because we can't get those fucking calls in close games. So let's be fair, all right?
Yes.
And here he is.
There he is.
There he is. Yes. Listen, this isn't even a cut it out. It's just a fucking listen. Like, we lost 14 games straight. Our defense could get no pressure. So what's the remedy? Go up against the walrus, right? These are 3 sacks that are guys that his guy that he was supposed to block, and he's just walrusing it out. He's just fucking.
Who did that?
Walrusing it out.
Oh my god!
So it's not a cut it out. It's a fucking Leno. There you go.
Leno.
We got the win because partly Leno was trying to block our guys. So
he finally get a bear up.
Finally, yeah, there you go. You got a bear up. That's a good one, Sherry. Leno gets a bear up for the week.
Bear.
That's our bear up.
Very well done, Claudio and Cherie, like with the cherry.
You like that Photoshops? Look at that. I spent like 20 minutes looking for the right walrus.
That is the perfect walrus. He's so happy. He's looking around.
I'm looking at the camera.
Does anybody see me messing up my blog?
Phil, he never misses games.
He does. He's consistent. He's PFF's boy. Adam.
So do you wanna roll into predictions where we can give our predictions real quick? Just scores.
Quick.
And then we'll
here's the
wrap
quick
it up.
segment of the song, and then we wrap it up. Where is it? Did someone take it again?
Yeah, I don't see it up there. I was just looking too.
Oh my God, Cherie, your favorite song.
You know it wasn't me.
I blame Bratcher. I do. I saw him for the first time in a long time. He's happy. He's got a girlfriend.
Yeah, he's opening up a
Airbnb. What is he
yeah,
doing?
Airbnb,
For
and
real? I just
yeah,
guessed.
he bought a White Castle.
White
Did he
Castle?
really?
Yeah, he did.
White Castle fries.
Wow.
Wait, he bought a White Castle. Alan, I'm gonna need a hookup.
Yeah, he did.
Cherie, you're a White Castle fan?
Because I don't get it out here. Like
How
the
do
one
you
in New
not
York
have
is
it?
not the same as Chicago. That y'all put ketchup on y'all burgers on the East Coast. We don't do that. So
What?
Yes,
Oh
I
my
need a
God.
Midwest White Castle burger.
It wasn't
Coming on the
you know,
plane
he did
after
the right
Dallas,
thing, so,
Shan.
you know.
So
No ketchup on a burger? What?
A
is
White
that?
Castle burger from the Midwest is bread, meat.
Oh, I'm
onions.
with you on a White Castle burger. I'm not putting ketchup on that. Yeah.
I could put ketchup on that.
No, I tried. Well, I went to the White Castle in Harlem, and I was like, "Wait a minute, it has condiments on it. This is disgusting." So
She didn't feel it. You just eat it straight. I
Yeah.
can't believe we don't have bold prediction. Well, we'll
Yeah,
have
my
to move
ex
on.
like condiments.
Oh my God.
Oh,
We
you're
could play a second of this.
P.O.P. Hold it down. It's performance over politics. Performance over politics.
There you go. Performance over politics. Who do you predict? You like that, Cherie? To win this weekend. Bold predictions. We're going to have to bring that back. I have it on my computer, so somewhere. But we always start with the lady of the house. If you want to throw your super chat predictions in the mix, we will throw it up there and get you on the record. 99 cents. Put your money where your mouth is Claudio's segment here. Cherie,
yeah.
give me your prediction.
So of course I was there live. I'm riding high off the win. I do think that the Bears can beat Minnesota, and I think they will beat Minnesota 34-20.
Wow.
34-20. Cherie coming in with the hot mustard. No ketchup. No ketchup.
No mustard either.
What?
So, was that one of your questions at speed dating?
Oh my God! I thought we had got off of this.
No, this is your time.
What was your first question out the gate?
I didn't ask any. So the way it worked was the girls sat at the table, the guys rotated, and I kind of let the guys lead. So the most common question was, "Where are you from? What do you like to do?"
That's pretty boring.
Where are you from?
So basic.
What do you like to do?
Yes.
Bob Loblo, Bears 27, Mustard 34.
So what was your answer, Cherie?
I'm from Chicago, and
what do you like to do?
Man,
really, you gonna put my profile out here on the show?
No, I'm just asking you. What do you like to do?
Enjoy long walks on the beach.
Oh shit! Okay.
Oh,
there it is.
Cherie's a long walks on the beach girl.
No, that is not what I said.
I'm not gonna tell some of the stories that you've told me, girl.
Oh, shut
Oh,
up.
shame. Throwing everything under the bus here.
He's keeping it tight. That's why he's teasing. But
Dan Bichelle, he should have his own like tour company. Like, let's hit up the White Castle on 5400 South Cicero.
That's the best White Castle.
Or the 9500 South.
I mean,
Cicero.
I'm from out east, so I go
Daniel
to
has the
Coney Island.
Daniel has the official mustache of TTNL Network.
Yes, look at Dan.
Look at that
Look
thing.
at this dude.
It's awesome.
Dan, listen,
Daniel's like, I don't put ketchup on shit. It gets all up in my mustache. He's got his cheese up there.
What is the deal with the Midwest and ketchup? It's like, what is your hate for ketchup? Like, what?
I don't hate
we
ketchup.
got-
There's just better options out there. That's the issue.
Better options. So what do you put on your hot dogs, Cherie?
Oh, not ketchup. No way.
Absolutely
I
not.
always put
No.
ketchup. I do.
No way, bro.
Ketchup,
No.
mustard,
If
grilled
I'm not
onion.
doing like a chili dog, a plain hot dog, at most like mustard and maybe some onions. I don't do the Chicago style because I don't like peppers, but mustard and onions.
Mustard and onions. That's your go.
If it's not chili cheese, it's mustard and onions.
My dog is ketchup, mustard, grilled onions, and throw some relish, like a little relish in there.
Yeah, I'm not a relish fan.
No?
No.
My dad loves sauerkraut. Does anybody like that?
Philip.
Philip.
I used to have a player called Sauerkraut. He was my middle linebacker.
Rakim, what is
That sound like a fucking linebacker's last name.
Sauerkraut, get in there. Give me the ball.
He would be like boiling hot dogs. My mom and dad would boil the hot dogs with sauerkraut on the oven and baked beans. So it would definitely be around this time of the year, the fall. And Philip, you want some? He would always ask too. He always asked for like, I'm gonna change. No, I don't want some. Philip, you want some sauerkraut on that? Like, no. Oh, dang. I needed that. I needed this night of laughs with you guys and distractions here on TTNL. Look at hands down. Putting his money where his mouth is. Bears 46, Patriots 10, 1985. She told me that.
Okay.
And I was nervous that day. Do you remember the Super Bowl, Shane? Where you were? Yeah. Do you remember where you were?
Yeah, I was on the living room floor in my parents' house.
Laying on the rug.
Yeah, that was bad. They had the fucking TV that sat on the floor. You know, like
Did they have that projection one? Like a big one? That's what my parents
one of those,
had.
you know, you go up there and you turn the channel. Click, click.
Oh, really?
Click. Yeah, I think so. That was
You had the click. That fucking thing was hard sometimes to
way
turn.
back in the day, even the fucking remotes clicked. They were like the size of a shoe.
Yeah.
You remember those old ones? And they
We call them the clickers, right?
Yeah.
You ever call them clickers?
Yeah, the remote with the big
A
giant
remote?
box.
Wait, y'all call it
My
a
mom used to
clicker?
call it a
We
boat,
call
a
it clickers.
Oh, we forget how young Cherie is.
Cherie had the black box. Everyone stole the cable in the same place, right?
Yeah.
I knew it. Don't worry, my parents had the same shit.
But we had like the floor model TV that you had to turn the knob. We had the old school stuff.
Oh yeah. Did you have the wired brown tan box and you pressed the thing up? It went to the middle or down, and then
Like it was like the UVH, the VHF. That
it had this
UVH
channel.
UHV. I can't remember the letters, but I know it was like
UHF. Yeah. What the fuck does that stand for? UHF. It's crazy. Crazy growing up. Cherie, you called it UHF, VHF channels. Yes.
That's what I was talking about.
That's how you hooked up your Atari 2600.
Claudio's younger than me.
Claudio.
I am?
Yeah,
How old are you? How old are you, Claudio, now?
40. I'm about to be 42.
Oh.
42.
Yeah.
And you're not older than
I was going to say, I'm older than you.
I didn't know that, Claudio.
Yes.
Claudio
Aw,
looks
baby
good for his
face.
age.
Yeah.
We're just old, Phil.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am definitely old.
Yeah. Rainbows were in black and white when Phil was a kid.
I told you that story when I was a kid, and I asked my dad, why was it black and white when you grew up? When did the color come?
Oh my gosh.
My dad watched Westerns. Does your dad watch? That's all he watches.
Philip, that cowboy reminds me of a guy named Sauerkraut that used to play middle linebacker for me back at Lyman Hall.
He would be like, Even now, when we go over to their house, he's got my mom watching westerns now. Philip, How the
It's
West
like a
Was Won. It's a great
dad
movie.
thing, yeah.
I'm like, Jesus, with the Western football or Westerns or Tom Selleck show. What is it? Blue
Oh,
Blood.
Magnum PI.
No,
I like Blue
oh, they
Bloods.
love
Blue
Magnum.
Thunder? Blue Thunder?
No, I like Blue Bloods.
Bloods.
Oh,
Blue
now I thought you were talking about back in the
Back
day.
in the day, they did watch Magnum PI.
Yeah, it was like remember Magnum PI, Simon and Simon, all those shows.
Simon and Simon. I don't remember that.
Oh, stop! Google it. You'd remember. It'd be the dude. He was.
Really?
He flew a helicopter and shit. And yeah,
Did your dad watch the Three Stooges and crack up laughing?
No.
What about Laurel and Hardy?
My dad wasn't around much when I was a kid. Are you just trying to bring back bad memories for me, Phil? Where's Dad?
What dad? What dad?
Yeah, you don't have a dad, Shane. I'm sorry.
Chris Brown's parents love soaps.
Oh
Did
my
your
God!
grandmother
My
call it her
mom and
show?
No, see, I had two older sisters. I was.
Oh my God!
My sisters were like 5 and 7 years older than I was. So
Someone
yeah,
loves Simon and Simon.
I had no. Yeah, there's Simon and Simon fans. Scott, see, I know.
Scott.
So yeah, I could remember like my sisters. Oh my God, I used to have to watch because they were older than I was, so I had to watch whatever they watched. So they used to watch like Young and the Restless, Guiding Light, all that stuff.
What was there's one, my mom watched it, and it's still, the music fucking bothers the fuck out of me. I think it's As the World Turns.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Bold
God.
and the Beautiful, All My Children. I remember all that shit.
General
man.
Hospital.
The
I think
Big
my mom
Wedding.
was All My Children person.
The Big Wedding. What was it? There was all I remember, Luke or something. Is that right? Someone
She's
has
like, who
General
killed Jay?
Hospital.
Sheree doesn't even know what who killed JR means.
I do. I watched what was it? That's not Dynasty. Dallas was that one.
Oh.
I know those shows.
She's trying to prove a point and then didn't even know the name of
Claudio
the show.
I get Dynasty and Dallas confused. I'm not gonna lie. So
Wasn't there one called Falcon
18.
Crest? Wasn't there Falcon Crest?
Falcon Crest. Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I used to be a huge Airwolf fan.
Airwolf. I kind
You don't
of
remember
that.
Airwolf?
Is that with a helicopter or something?
Oh hell yeah, Jan Michael Vincent, man. Oh man,
holy shit,
Airwolf. Oh
oh
hell
my
yeah.
God. So okay, now I know.
Did you like Fantasy Island?
No.
No.
You said Jan Michael Vincent. That sounds
Yeah.
like something that was on
Luke
Rick
and
Morty.
Laura. Thank you, Ken. That was it. The Big Wedding. All I remember is my mom and her girlfriends talking about Luke and Laura's fucking wedding on a show. Chris loved Airwolf too. No one liked. Yes, the plane, boss, the plane. I used to love that, and I like the new one that came back was Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap. I love that show.
That's the new one. Is not bad.
Is it?
It's not bad. It's not bad. Fucking Airwolf thing. Don't kill us with it.
Airwolf's gonna fucking. Damn.
You gotta make this come back here, young man.
Dude, this show is the best, bro.
Oh, that is so 80s theme music.
Oh, that's what it is.
It is true.
Jan Michael Vincent. See that, Sheree?
Look, I only remember that from the Rick and Morty episode when they did multidimensional cable. That's all I got from.
Oh my God.
You watched that cartoon?
I love Rick and Morty.
Oh, right here. Knight Rider.
Knight Rider.
Oh yeah.
That was a shit.
Hey,
Dukes
Michael.
of Hazzard. Dukes of Hazzard was pretty good too.
Oh yeah.
Dukes of Hazzard.
You
Just
remember-
a good old boy.
You remember Kit versus Carr on Knight Rider?
No.
Remember that episode?
No.
David Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
Did you watch Chips as well?
Yeah.
I just remember like being
Told you, I had
young.
older sisters. I had to watch.
Yeah.
Do you remember BJ and the Bear?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
to watch
That was
that
like a
because
trucker
it's
show, right?
Cherie's totally lost. Cherie's
Yeah,
like,
y'all
I was hanging up my Blake Bortles poster back then.
The $6 million man. I remember that. Wonder Woman. I
Robert
had such a
McGraw with
crush
me.
on her. You know who I had a huge crush on as a kid? Well, a couple girl.
Hendrix late to the game. He's breaking out the Simon and Simon.
The Joe from Facts of Life. Do you remember Joe from Facts of Life?
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah.
such a crush on that girl.
Weren't you jealous? Like, remember when they built like the store, like the candy store? Do you remember
on
that?
Facts of Life?
Do you know who was the biggest star to make their appearance on that show?
Facts of Life?
Yeah. He's a
No.
big movie star now.
Burt
George
Reynolds.
Clooney.
George Clooney did?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. I hated the Golden Girls song too.
Oh my God.
gosh,
my
the Golden
sister.
Girls is awesome.
That song just bothers me. The show is it's actually funny. I gotta
Philip, that Braxton Jones couldn't stop a bull rushing Estelle Getty.
When the transitions from one room or the next scene and the violin.
I think I
I'm
was
like,
in
I just hate that
like
show with
Universal
music.
Studios or something, and they used to take you by like the Golden Girls house.
Could Cool Kennedy like make Golden Girls music?
again?
No, like make those transitions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? When they come through the scene, they
Yeah.
play then the
That
music.
little soft music.
That little soft music
Mhm.
that it used to fucking it set the stage, and then they're laughing. Oh my God. Just watch it differently now.
So
Watch
it's
the-
not the theme song that bothered you, it was that music that was in the show.
both. Like, I gotta admit, the theme song bothered me because I hated the show as a kid, and my mom watched it all the time. She had the control of that box. I'm like, Golden Girl. I wanted to watch fucking Different Strokes or the A-Team, something. Not that. Schneider, remember that? What was that show? All in the
One Day at a Time.
One Day at a Time. Schneider. He had the rolled up pack of cigs. He looked like
Yeah, my
Logan.
mom used to do that. Roll up her cigarettes in her
She
t-shirt.
rolled
Not
it
really.
up in her t-shirt. Oh, that would have been awesome. Shane, get down here. Take this $5 and go to the corner store. Get me a pack of Marlboros. Marlboros. Wonder Years. I still haven't seen every episode.
That was a great intro song. Wonder Years.
Oh yeah, it's what's his name?
About Three's Company.
Van.
I was just watching that the other night. That shit was funny.
Come and knock on my door. That's what Shane said.
That's right. Anybody knock on my door.
I did like Small Wonder.
Look at you guys. I love these fans. They're like, what the? Don't play this fucking song. I see someone. We're going to get a hit on this, right?
The transition.
Estelle, what's going on? I don't know. They just would go right into the.
You know that Estelle Getty is.
They actually have.
She was the youngest one out of all of them.
Yeah. Betty White.
Really?
Unknown TTNL fact. Chris Jackal had sex with Blanche Devereaux.
That's keeping it 100 right there. That's it.
You told his secret?
Yeah, it wasn't supposed
Oh
to. We've been sitting on that one for a long time. That is one of the many negatives.
He's never
of
coming
crystal
back
meth.
on now. Thanks.
That's one of the many
Crystal
negatives of
meth
crystal
brought
meth.
him to that.
Yeah.
Yes. Still. Fucking King of Queens. If I'm like in a bad play, I gotta watch some King of Queens.
Oh, there you go, Coach. Remember Coach?
Coach,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
That was
Minnesota
that a
State.
spinoff of or was another show a spinoff of Coach? The 10 of us,
Coach.
the kids with like 10 kids. It was one of them shows.
8 is enough.
8 is enough. There was a bunch of kids in the house. I remember that. So wasn't
Might have
8
8
enough a
motherfucking
spinoff
kids.
of
I'd be like,
Coach, or was it the other way around?
I don't remember what it spun off of. That's a great question. Was it Newhart or something like that?
No, it wasn't that old.
It's my brother Daryl. It's my other brother Daryl.
Yeah, Home Improvement. I never really watched that one.
What?
No,
really?
With Tim
Didn't
Allen
really-
and the neighbor that never showed his face, and
he spoke through
Bill
the
could
fence.
never see over fences anyway.
And I was the neighbor.
That's just a normal view.
That was me. Because
Can't see shit.
quick. It's so quick. I love it.
over here. Hey, Willie.
Alf.
Hey,
Alf,
Willie.
yeah. Silver Spoons, Ricky Schroeder.
They fucking made a show called Alf. He was an alien little fucking puppet that lived in their house. It's crazy.
Dude, we used to have
Webster.
Angelo on our
Yeah.
here with it. Webster. Yeah.
Webster, of course.
It was
I watched.
called Just the 10 of Us. That was a spinoff of Growing Pains.
Oh,
Growing
I don't know how I made that connection, but I remember I knew it was 10 people. It was 10 kids.
Yeah, this is the mic drop right here. Married with Children. Okay, this is one of the best shows ever.
Full circle, since Phil kept referencing.
Yes.
Married with Children, right there.
Do you remember what number he wore? Al Bundy wore in the Chicago Bears uniform?
At Polk High.
But when he wore the Bears uniform in his dream, he had what number was he wearing?
Oh, I thought you meant his football jersey.
30.
Close.
I can't remember.
33.
33, like Charles Tillman.
Dude,
Married with Children. Mork and Mindy.
Oh, yeah.
Look, Cam New.
Yeah.
He was the first one.
Gary Franklin didn't know.
Mork wore number 13. Mork.
Bob's taking this down a whole different avenue. Yeah, isn't it weird that he was a gynecologist, right, or whatever?
He was a
delivered
pediatrician.
baby.
Do not.
He was a pediatrician.
It was not. Don't go there, Shay.
Here, drink this.
Yeah.
Oh.
I saw a clip of an episode of Cosby where he actually is talking to his wife and saying to, we'll give you this drink and we'll go have some fun upstairs. Like, for real. It was.
Oh, I remember this theme song. My sister used to watch that.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on
air.
I never
How do we
thought-
get onto this?
I don't
bold
know.
predictions.
Bold predictions.
Saved by the Bell. I can remember when we
Don't
made
forget
like the
Saturday.
transition to. There used to be a dish called Prime Star, way back in the day. I remember my dad got
The
that
Prime Star dish.
Prime Star dish, yeah. And I remember when I turned it on, like Saved by the Bell was the first. I'm
Thing
like,
you
damn,
saw.
Kelly Kapowski, what's up, girl?
Of course, I was a Mario Lopez.
Oh my god, that's when I
Later.
got pissed.
Mario
because
Lopez
my
cheated
cartoons
on
were
his
good, too.
wife on their honeymoon in real
I
life.
know.
Wow, for real?
That's a baller
That
right
was on
there.
Stern
I
Show.
know, right? That's.
Yeah. And she
And
was
they
hot
stayed
as hell,
married.
too.
And they stayed married.
No, I don't think so. What was her
Yeah,
name? Wasn't
Office
she
is
like the
definitely.
Allie Landry? Is that her name? She was like the Dorito girl, right? Wasn't that who it was? Allie
I
Landry?
can't remember.
I think so.
The Office
Didn't
is in the
Screech?
top
Didn't
five.
Screech go and do porn and
doubt.
shit?
Top
Yeah,
3.
he's dead now.
Is it always?
Yeah.
Screech is dead. Yeah.
Screech passed.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Screech.
A lot of rumors out there that The Office is coming back, by the way.
Yeah. I
Oh
heard
my
that.
god. Unfortunately, thank God the UK Office ain't coming back.
With the original showrunner, Greg
Shane,
Daniels. Yeah.
There is news that the UK Office has tried to come back, and they're bringing Mitch Trubisky as an actor on it. For real.
Isn't that weird? He's going to be on TV and he wants the TVs turned off. Dwight, you silly bird, you. Here's Mitch with his fucking water bottle or whatever. Jesus Christ.
I think we
Mitch.
should like do a live show.
Yeah.
Me and you, Shane. And Cherie and Claudio, maybe a few other casts. And we watch one episode of the UK Office to see if it's even in the vicinity of funny.
Well, considering I'm not an Office fan, I don't think I'm a good candidate for.
I'm not an Office
That's why.
fan.
You gotta start. You gotta start from the
Have
beginning.
you ever how many episodes do you think you
one.
watched? So you didn't ever give it a
Yes,
chance then?
you
is what you're
never
saying.
get
I couldn't
I
get past the first episode. That's I
Which
don't
one
know.
was
That's
it?
That was
What-
the sensitivity The very first episode, the sensitivity training. I didn't like it.
That's the second episode.
You
I
gotta
think.
watch. You gotta.
Okay, well, that was
watch
the episode
through it.
I saw, and I was like, okay, I don't like this.
Season 1, you have to go through it. I used to pass by The Office on television because it's perfect for stream. What is it called? Like, what is that fucking called?
Background noise?
When you watch all the shows.
Oh,
binge.
It's
Binge
perfect for. Thank you, Claudia. It's perfect for
Bill's
a binge.
talking about the perfect stream. He hasn't seen that in like 13 years. It's old ass.
There is, once you hit 50, there is those moments like
Scott Norwood. It's going wide
piss.
left, Steph. I
That
can't
was a
figure this
great
shit
piss.
out.
This was a great piss. Oh man.
Wow.
Mr. Coffee. Mr. Coffee. Listen, Claudio, do you got a prediction? We went so far. I was ending the show.
Those were our shout outs. We'll end it with predictions.
Okay, so the whole make it quick. I agree. I think we're gonna ride the high. We're gonna.
I do have one shout out.
Okay.
Go ahead,
So I think we're gonna be able to put up some points. I think without Justin Jefferson, our defense can hopefully contain them under 20. So I think we're gonna do 35-17. Another nice win at home. Because I think Fields might be onto something. Throwing it deep to DJ Moore. And maybe we'll see 2 weeks, some consistency.
Consistency.
Maybe
That's
we'll
the
see
word
that.
of the day.
Not
And
collaboration.
We
It's
didn't ask
consistency.
George McCaskey for our word either. Or Ted. Consistency is what TTNL is looking for.
That's right.
Consistency from the offense, from Justin, from everyone, right, Shane? That's
Some
all
pass
we-
rush. Hopefully we can get some pass rush again. That was nice to
Pass
see.
rush. Yes.
So does that leave
Claudio, what
am I
was
up?
the final again? I'm sorry.
35-17.
Bears.
He's
going with the Bears.
Let's go.
Shane?
I am going with a score of 24-23. The Chicago Bears are now on a winning streak.
Wow.
2 in a row. 24-23 Bears.
Wow.
24-23
I'll take it.
Bears.
1 point.
Wow. This guy's doing it. 24-23 Bears.
Cairo Santos.
Bear up. Cairo Santos. That dude. Clutch.
I got to give my bold prediction.
Where's the Manscaped read?
Cherie way.
Where's it at?
Cherie's like, welcome to my speed dating.
All right.
You ever heard of
dating?
manscaping? Would you like 50? Would you like 15% off?
She was playing this at her speed.
She's
date.
like 15% off.
This is
That's
how
like
I envisioned
100% off.
Let me ask you something. Ketchup or mustard?
That should be your question at the dating. You
Yes.
ask them that.
Are you going back again,
That's
Cherie?
not an ender.
Can we give you a list of questions?
Would
No.
you go back again?
I don't know.
Was it fun? Like
It was interesting.
so,
That's
that
all I
means-
got
that
for
means
y'all.
no.
It was interesting.
How long did it take?
It was an
Interesting in
hour. It was like
Or did
the
like
same-
every dude make it around to you that was there?
yeah, every guy. It was 12 guys, 5 minutes each.
So
yeah.
you didn't like just get at one point and you just see like one dude that you think is kind of interesting and be
there
like,
was
"Let's
no
get that."
one. There was no one there.
None.
That I was when I walked in. I already knew there was no one there. I was interested.
Hello, Cherie. How do you feel about cats?
I don't think Mooney has an attitude problem. He's asking for a friend, Claude.
No, I don't know why he would have an attitude problem. The kid's he's a baller. Him and Justin have a good relationship. They're gonna connect. I think this game they're gonna actually connect. You know?
36-13.
So
There you
what
go.
is
My
DDP?
prediction is, I'm sorry, Vikings 24.
Good.
Bears 14. 24-14 Vikings over the Bears. I'm sorry. I got to see it. I got to see it to believe.
Well, that's the fear, is as much as I don't believe in Kirk Cousins, he's a veteran quarterback that can sling it. I understand that Justin Jefferson is out, but you're playing a pretty awful defense, against Kirk Cousins. So we'll see.
That's what I'm saying. I have my fear there. I'm not trying to make friends. I'm trying to keep it 100, as we do each and every week here on the Tape Never Lies Network. It's the best Bears post-game show on the planet.
Since we're gonna said that they hate Herbert, nobody. We said that we feel like he should be in the role that he was in last year. That's what we said.
Convenient story. Please.
Shout out Tape Never Lies. Shout out.
There we go. Shout outs. I got one shout out tonight. Unless that's anybody else have.
I do.
You do? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And
Of course, shout out to you all, but just really want to shout out Chicago Dave, the real Chicago Dave.
Oh.
For linking me up with the group that went to we got really good tickets to the game. And shout out to Jess for organizing everything. The bar had Chicago food. We had Italian sandwiches, and it's something that's not normally sold there. So they really got everything going. They even had an on-field photo op. I mean, the Commanders suck because if they don't let you on field if you're wearing any other NFL team. So I couldn't get on the field and take the picture, but for a lot of people, they just took the jerseys off and got on the field and took the picture after the game. So just shout out to them for putting everything together.
That's awesome.
Transportation to and from the game too. So they had
a good time. It was worth it.
Yes.
Chicago Dave. That's his name.
Chicago Dave and Jess.
And Jess.
Happy birthday, Rob.
Yeah. Thank you for your service.
Rob, thank you for your service. I appreciate you. Go Bears, Rob. You are a blessing. Literally. My shout out goes to this guy and his beautiful wife. Look at this. Althea Ruth Ann Harold. Born 10/10/2023. 7 pounds, 19.6 inches. They're tired. Mom is good. Dad is the baby's healthy.
Beautiful.
Chris Harold is a huge TTNL supporter, believer. He's not even a Bears fan. He likes the Bear, but he's an Eagles fan, Shay.
Nobody's perfect.
But he supports the best network on the planet, and I honestly love this human being. And congratulations to his wife, and hopefully I'm saying the baby's name, Althea. Althea.
Yeah, that
like
sounds
that
right.
Name. I like that name. Sounds like a name in a book, like a great book, like To Kill a Mockingbird.
You're a great tennis player.
Who's
Althea?
Althea Gibson.
Oh, Gibson. I forgot about her. We'll have to ask him when I talk to him. But anyway, give some love, show some love, say some prayers to anybody that's needing it. I'm saying hello to Chris Harold and his wife. God bless you all. If Jackal was here, he would fucking love it. But he also would say, be a friend, tell a friend. Let everybody know TTNL is the best.
As long as Cherie's happy, I'm happy.
She was happy with showing
If
up.
he would have been at the speed dating, I would have had him.
I was gonna say, yeah, he wouldn't have to ask you any questions. Just
Hey,
what car are we getting into?
What do you like, Cherie? What do you like? anything that you do.
Thomas, would you like some ketchup on your hot dog?
No matter what, Thomas.
Oh,
as long as Cherie's happy, he's happy. That's what we'll leave you guys. Thank you, everyone who showed up, showed out. Smash the like button. Subscribe. Let other people know about the best network covering the Chicago Bears in the truthful way. No meatballs here. And if you're not a patron, become one. TheTapeNeverLies.com. We'll see you next Wednesday. We'll be back again to break down the Bears with a special guest. Who that is yet to be named.
Art Keys tomorrow night.
Art Keys tomorrow night. I forgot.
Phil, you know what we say?
What?
Will the Bears be up or will they be down? We'll see.
We'll see.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. That's how we're going to close it out tonight.
There you go.
Phil Toljan, Shane Marshall. The Tape Never Lies Network.
A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up. This week, Draft Dr. Phil and Shane Marshall, the smartest man. Bear ups and bear downs of the week.